All right.
I push the button.
Oh, we're going live. Ooh. Ah.
What?
Ee.
I pushed it.
Oh.
Okay, so here we are. Damn.
Are we live?
Years and years of doing this stuff, and I still get the buttons wrong. Jeez. You know, like, where's the intro and all that kind of stuff? Huh?
No intro?
No intro. No, because I hit the wrong button. I hit the live button, but didn't hit the intro button.
Didn't pay your taxes.
Stupid, stupid me. Click, click. What? Click, click. Okay. Go.
Come on now, dog.
Yeah, close enough. Okay. So, so here we are on Sunday afternoon, the show that everyone wants to watch.
It's the place to be.
Party. Yeah, it is the place to be. You know, like no Super Bowl today, but I think there's some what do you call it? Automobile races where they go around in a big circle.
Oh.
I think that's on right now.
Oh.
So like that may be keeping a few people away. But for those of you who did come, hello.
Hello.
I'm here. We have her as a co-host today.
Hello.
Because everybody else must be watching NASCAR.
We're waiting on Jeff. I shouldn't presume to take Jeff's place. So hopefully he'll be here.
Well, that's okay. I don't pay him either. So you can sit there for a while, and we will see who else.
Should I be like Jeff and sort of slink down and?
Yeah. Put a hat on and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
We'll get a cat or two.
I don't know. Let's see who's out there. Oh, Ollie Perry's out there.
Ollie by golly.
Always, yeah. This is true. The waiting's the hardest part.
Yep. That's why that's a good song lyric.
Mm-hmm. James Farley's out there.
Farley, our timekeeper.
Apparently. And come on, I clicked on it. Where's the star of the show?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, if you're talking about Jeff Kendall, he had a Valentine's date this afternoon. Ooh. So he was going to be late. Yes. So I do thank all you dozen people for showing up, and
Tim is absent without leave. We don't know where he is.
Yeah. So like.
Sure.
I bid you welcome.
That was Tim right there.
He plays everything. He's a very accomplished actor, almost as much as Vito Scotti.
Yeah, almost as much.
Almost.
Vito Scotti. Where are we here? Right there.
Right there. Vito Scotti.
I can't get my fingers coordinated.
But we are the only channel in all the world who adores the famous Vito Scotti.
Nobody on YouTube speaks about Vito Scotti.
No.
He gets no love. If it wasn't for Vito Scotti, there were 90% of the television programs in the 60s and 70s would not exist.
Because there would be nobody to guest star.
There'd be no guest stars. Exactly. You know?
Like, well, who would we get to play this? Well, we've got to, just guess. So without Vito Scotti, the old sitcoms would be doomed.
Up until recently, I didn't know his name. I didn't bother to look, but all I know, that guy again.
Him. That's him.
That guy again. I'm convinced he worked for food. That's why he was working so much.
Yeah.
He worked for food, and so there.
Well, he's always in demand, though.
Yeah.
Always.
Well, he works for food. He works cheap. You know.
Well, Paul Lynde might be a second, because he was on a lot of, stuff like that too. Like, oh, there's Paul Lynde again.
I think Paul Lynde's problem is he made a lot of enemies and nobody wanted to hire him.
Oh gosh.
Apparently he was not a very nice person.
No, not in real life. No, he was funny as heck, but then after the cameras were off, he was like,
Yeah, he's a bit of an old curmudgeon, I think.
very, very curmudgeonly. So like, he wasn't around as much as Vito Scotti was. Vito was like universally praised and loved. And
I love Paul Lynde as Uncle Arthur, though. He was brilliant.
oh yes, that was like the signature role.
Yeah.
But I mean, he was on other stuff though. You know, like
Oh yeah.
you can spot him on the Munsters and stuff. You know, but Vito, they'd have him back as a different character. Like, we gotta have him back, but we'll have him play something else.
Paul Lynde took the roles that Vito Scotti wasn't available for.
That's what it must have been. Okay. Hey, you want everybody's just watching us talk about Vito. Hey, what is this show? There's no other show like this around. Should we talk a little music?
We can.
We can, maybe.
A little music.
Like bought stuff in the last few little whiles because hurry up before everybody leaves.
I haven't bought anything new. I had a thought about one of my recommended. Hang on.
Yes. We should have the recommended.
See, yeah.
Yeah.
Not prepared. So.
Well, Paul Lynde was on the Munsters maybe twice. Maybe, you know, as like doing a doctor or something. Oh, NASCAR is in rain delay. Oh, lucky us.
Okay, so well, the last time I was at the record store, I was catching up on my REO Speedwagon collection. This isn't one of them, but this is the first album from them I had ever heard. A buddy of mine, high school buddy of mine, who I'm still in touch with. We still talk music quite a bit. And he had this, so he played it. I just love this album. You can tune a piano, but you can't tune a fish.
That is correct. That is a true statement. Yes.
This came out in 1978. So
and here they are.
This is one of my favorite albums. I love this album. It's great. It's really high energy, lots of really solid songs on it, good blend of different styles, and it's before they got famous. Before, like 2 albums after this, they released High Infidelity, which was kind of their breakout album, if you will. But they were, at this point, they were actually thinking of breaking up because they weren't getting anywhere in terms of success. So this is an amazing album. If you've not played this or heard this, you should give it a listen. I think you'll enjoy it. So that's my recommended. And because I bought a couple of our REO Speedwagon albums there last week, I thought, well, we'll try that one.
I do remember that. And I'd see that on the shelf and I'm going, do they really want me to? What if I dared to?
Steal this record.
Yeah, I remember seeing that on the shelves.
Who was that by? Who was the artist?
I forget. But I remember seeing it. It was stuffed in with all those James Last and Smurfs records.
Okay.
Yeah.
One of my favorite album titles, Joe Walsh always had interesting album titles. One of the best ones was You Bought It, You Name It. that was the name of the album. Brilliant.
Was that right after The Smoker You Drink, The Player You Get?
Oh yeah, that was a couple albums, a few albums after that actually. His live album is You Can't Argue with a Sick Mind. That's the title of his live album.
Is this true?
Trump was in
the base card.
I don't know.
Oh boy. Hello, George. Hello.
Nice George. George.
It is. Go tell more people to come, please.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have a wonderful live show here where you can ask questions and all that kind of fun stuff. And
so, do you have anything new?
No.
No.
But I can do a recommend too. Oh, okay. It is true. It is true. Oh my gosh. Okay, I just went over to my big rack there and says, pull something. Ooh. And here's what I pulled.
The rack over.
Yes. Scorpions, the best.
Oh, the Scorpions. Yes.
Scorpions. Yeah. You see, I paid $5 for it. Yeah.
Oh, that's
So look at all those fantastic songs in there. Wow.
I think you overspent on that one.
Maybe. Yeah.
Is that a greatest hits? What is that? Is it a greatest hits?
Yeah, it's the greatest thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go.
They had some good tunes. I don't mind them. I never really got into them until just a few years ago. But yeah, they had some good tunes.
No, they're both having problems, I think. I expect at least Jeff to show up shortly. Well, thank you, George. Do spread the word. Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
I don't understand why people don't come anymore. I used to have viewers, but not anymore. I heard the Paul McCartney Bowery audience recording from the 11th, and he sounded 20 years younger. And I was listening carefully for pitch correcting. I didn't really hear it.
Really? Well, that's encouraging. That's good.
Well, and he's supposed to be on the Saturday Night Live thing tonight.
Oh, is he? Oh, that's
I believe
Sunday
it's tonight.
How can he be there at Sunday night? It's not Saturday.
I think it's pre-taped.
Oh, but it's still Sunday.
Yeah, I know they're on strike.
Who, Tim and Jeff?
Both of them. Yes.
Well, we could double their pay.
You hear that, guys? Double pay.
2 times nothing is still nothing.
All right. Might I remind you, we do have a sponsor this week. It's Ting.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yes, it's a sparkling grapefruit.
We haven't heard about Ting for a while. You're getting back into that.
No, I just haven't been going back to that store.
Yeah, no yop.
Well, be different.
Yeah. I wonder if you could make a yop float using Ting.
That would be interesting, yes.
Maybe not. Maybe not.
Note. Do they have Saturday Night Live in Canada? Of course we do.
Yes, we're live on Saturday night. What did you think?
Yeah, we're live on Thursday night and other nights too.
We used to, when I was in high school, me and my buddies, there's like 4 or 5 of us, we used to go to a place in our hometown called Al's Pizza. Best pizza in the world, bar none. We used to go there, order pizza, and watch Saturday Night Live at Al's Pizza. Yes.
Sure, it's available.
That was the first year. Like, what was it, 75, 76, something like that?
75, I think.
Yeah,
because it's the 50th anniversary, so it ends in a 5.
Yeah. Well, Dan Aykroyd was still doing the news. Him and Jane Curtin were doing the news thing. So that's what it was.
Suicide. I don't even know Suicide Machines.
Yeah, I never heard of them. Steal the record.
Did you guys remember Kids in the Hall? Yes.
Yeah. These are the days I know. These are the days I know.
Yeah, the theme song was pretty rad.
They were kind of I never got into them, but they were a little off the wall, but they were funny. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not as good as Second City. If you're Canadian, Second City is generally what you consider as the best comedy troupe.
But around here, Kids in the Hall played kind of late at night, so
yeah.
I didn't play a whole lot because
but they were a little off the wall. I think a little bit.
I've had watched them before. They were
acquired. They had an acquired taste, I think. Yeah. Funny people though. That's where the guy from News Radio came from. What was Dave Foley?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I like when they did my pen.
Yeah.
Need somebody to come on and reenact that, I think.
That's some funny stuff.
My pen. When I think of my pen, I think of the Seinfeld thing where they put the astronaut pen.
Yeah.
Take the pen. Take the pen.
Take the pen.
I don't want the pen. Take the pen. When I think of the pen thing, I think of Seinfeld. So
Oh, God.
it don't matter to me. Take the
Amazing what he and I guess Larry David, how they could turn something really stupid into something really funny.
Well, it's a show about nothing.
Yeah. Well, half that stuff was about Larry David. Like, he'd go on and say, "Oh, that's unbelievable." What do you mean it's unbelievable? It happened to me.
I mean, that's how they got 4 stories in one episode, because one item probably couldn't carry the whole thing. So, like, hey, you know what? There's this guy down the street selling soup. Well, we can't do a whole show on that, but
No.
do a segment.
Funny.
Whatever.
Oh, look at that, a hole in one.
Yeah. The sea was angry that day, my friends. As much as I love that show, I don't want to start watching it because I got other stuff to go through. Now I've got Leave It to Beaver to go through and news radio. So.
Leave It to Beaver. Is that what you're watching now?
Oh, I guess I missed this one. And when they did that skit on Mad TV called Stuart, sounds familiar. Stuart was a character, I think, right?
I've been watching the Rockford Files. I downloaded the whole first season, so I've been going through that. It's pretty funny. Like there's some real good writing there too.
I don't think they play Rockford around here. If they do, it's
yeah, they probably are giving it a rest because it played forever.
You know what gets the most airplay around here? Good Times.
Oh, good heavens!
When I'm going like this, Good Times is on again.
That must be on the Detroit station, I would imagine.
It's on several times. It's Good Times. Good. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if it's on right now. But
well, I really used to call this. Like, we don't see Barney Miller anymore either. That was a pretty funny show.
Which one was that? I missed it.
Barney Miller.
It's on Antenna TV, but I think it's on later at night or something. That's funny because I didn't like it anyway.
They used to rerun that quite a bit.
Yeah, but I could Bachelor Father and a Family Affair. Oh. I'm trying to decide which is worse, Family Affair or My Three Sons.
Uncle Beale.
Yeah, because both shows were by the same production company.
That's not surprising.
Yeah. So it's like, boy, which is worse? And the little bit that I have seen of My Three Sons, it's not funny either, but at least you have like the three sons and Bub or Uncle Charlie, and there's a little bit of.
It's kind of one of those generational shows where sort of white middle class America identified with it, so it was popular, But yeah, you watch it and you think, who watched this? Like. But I mean, Laverne and Shirley was popular too, and I could never stand that show. That was just stupid.
Well, the first 3 seasons, maybe. Then it started to run out of. Now let's have them move to Hollywood. Yeah.
You don't see fish either. He tried to. Remember, he left Barney Miller. That's because they were going to do a spinoff with him, but I don't think it went anywhere.
No, I think it was only a 1-season thing. So.
If that, I don't think it even lasted a season.
It's not enough episodes to syndicate.
Yeah.
Well, him and Bug there, they're both irascible. If that's a word.
Yeah. I always hoped that Uncle Charlie and Alice would get together, but it never happened.
Alice was pretty unfunny too. So, the Bachelor Father and what's the other one that they have on in the morning? Oh.
How about the courtship of Eddie's father?
No, I never liked that either. That was unfunny.
It was kind of like Family Affair, only with the Hulk.
If only he helped up more often. Jeez. But no, it was too goody and sweet.
Eddie's father.
Yeah. I know. My Three Sons ran for 12 years.
That's unbelievable. Like I just look at how did that show last for 12 years? It's like I said, it's a generational thing. Like there's no way a show like that will last for 12 minutes these days.
Oh, you like that? No, it's too sweet. Those shows, and there's
They're
like,
just corny. They're just corny. That's the
they're not even corny.
and they're like family humor. It's not really
Well,
Nanny
that was a
Yeah,
rip off of
yeah,
Mary
that.
Poppins.
was with Edward Mulhern, right? He played the ghost.
Oh no! Nanny and the Professor.
I'm thinking, yeah. So that was Richard Long was in that.
Yes. No, you're thinking of Ghost and Mrs. Muir.
That's the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah, Nanny and the Professor was a Mary Poppins.
Who was in that one? Edward Mulhern. Who was the woman in that?
Charles Nelson Riley.
Yeah, but who's the woman who owned the house?
The
mother. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't remember. I can picture her, but I can't.
Yeah. Have to play the beginning and see. Hope the name. Oh, there we are. There we are. Hope Lane.
Yeah, that's one.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
But I was young. Well, we all were young once.
Yeah.
That's what this has come to. Old men talking.
Old men talking. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's It's almost like
Rita Shaw was hot.
Now, who was Rita Shaw? Connect the dots.
I'm not sure if she was in the Ghost Stand or what, but she was one of those ladies that was guest starred a lot. She was very matronly.
Oh, okay.
And kind of large. And she was in
I got her. Yeah, I remember her. Yeah,
she was in the Lost in Space episode.
She's a lot of stuff. Yeah. She died in 1982.
Yeah, she was in the Lost in Space episode where Will went back to Earth, and like, gee, my family is stuck on a planet. Oh, we're gonna put you on this bus to send you to a boys' home and all this kind of stuff. And, no, I gotta call Alpha Control.
She was in a lot of stuff too. Happy Days, Cannon, The Odd Couple, Emergency. Here's Lucy, Barnaby Jones.
Oh, she's almost the female Vito Scotti.
I remember her in Bewitched. I remember that.
Oh, she's like Cleveland. She might have played one of
the new Dick Van Dyke Show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she was in a bunch of stuff. The FBI, Dream of Jeannie, Carol Burnett,
Ghost and Mr. Chicken,
The Man and the Girl from Uncle, The Monkeys. She was in The Monkeys for an episode. Yeah, she wasn't that old. She was only 70 when she died. Yeah.
Yeah, she's done a lot of stuff too. So like Rita Shaw, yeah. I know who you mean. James has been watching Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea. I never got into that.
Yeah, so see, back in the days when you never had cable TV, whatever your rabbit ears could drag in, that's what you watched. And so I don't think my dad bothered getting cable TV till like the early 70s. So like it was really a lot of these shows you kind of get hit and miss on them. You'd see one episode and then another month would go by before you got to see it again.
Well, Voyage was on every week. That was a Sunday night show.
Yeah. But
Sunday night was Bonanza night. So.
But at our house, it was Bonanza, right? That's what was on Sunday night at our house.
So I never saw it. And if I did see it, I didn't really care for it anyway, because maybe I felt too confined and that sort of thing. I had to watch it right after Mitch Miller.
Baseheart.
Yeah, Richard Baseheart and David Hennison,
and he showed up as Felix Leiter later on. License to Kill, that was David Hennison.
There you go. Whew. There you are.
He was in Live and Let Die as well. He played Felix.
A Quinn Martin production.
Yes. They were all Quinn Martin productions back then.
That was all I cared about. The FBI. Chris Martin production.
Yeah, yeah, they were big on the cop shows. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
And this walk down nostalgia lane is brought to you by who knows, but Ting.
Go find yourself a bottle of Ting if you can or dare.
Nostalgic Fizz.
Yes, there's only one store around here that sells it that I know of.
Really?
Yep. Freshco.
I don't know. I don't like monopolies.
Freshco is not my favorite store anyway. So,
Is that a grocery store?
yeah, it's
Freshco.
you know, but they have the worst sales of all the stores.
Well, they do. They just call it a sale, but it really isn't. You know, it's on sale because they're selling it, but it doesn't mean it's a cheaper price.
No, it is, and it is.
It's just for sale.
Why was Longstreet a good show? Well, who said that to begin with?
Yeah, I didn't.
I didn't. I remember watching it.
James
That
Francisco.
was it.
He must have lost his eyesight since the Battle of the Planet of the Apes or whatever it was, the second one. He was in the second one. James Franciscus, remember he played the lead in the second Planet of the Apes.
I guess he's talking about Wall Street.
Yeah, he's blind. He's a blind PI, right? He's a blind private. Yeah. They had a real thing for handicap. They had Ironside who couldn't walk. They had Longstreet. They had Cannon who was morbidly overweight. They had Barnaby Jones who was like 1,000 years old.
They should have put them all together. They could have been all in the same.
They could have like formed the Justice League of Handicapped.
It's just about each with their secret powers.
I remember Mad. It was either Mad or I think it was Mad Magazine did a spoof on all of that. It was pretty funny.
Salvage 1 was good for about 3 episodes, and then it was like, what?
That got kind of stupid.
I still have the original.
Andy Griffith is.
We live in a junkyard. We're going to the moon.
Yeah.
But it was great though. It really was. We were talking about the next day at school. Like, did you see that? You know.
It was an interesting concept.
Oh yeah, but I mean, for a series, it couldn't last, and it didn't.
It didn't.
No.
They could have revamped Sanford and Son and turned them into.
Because then Sanford to the moon, or at least Aunt Esther.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they had enough stuff in that junkyard to build a rocket. I'm sure they did.
Well, they did on Salvage 1.
They did.
Yes.
Sent them up.
But that very first one, I don't remember what the second or third episodes were, but that very first one, it was terrific.
Maybe that's where Elon Musk got his inspiration from Salvage 1.
Oh, to make SpaceX?
Yeah.
Maybe they should have called it Salvage 1. They should have sent Andy Griffith up in the first SpaceX. There you go. Yeah. Just like in real life. Wow.
I vaguely I don't think I saw very many episodes of Salvage 1, but I do remember it was really well done. But it kind of went downhill after that. So I think I lost interest pretty quick in that one.
Yeah, it went. Well, it just didn't have enough scripts to sustain.
No, because it was wasn't it an afterthought to make that a series? Didn't it just sort of?
It was a movie of the week, just like the Night Stalker.
Yeah.
The Night Stalker.
And then decided to make a series out of it.
Yeah, same thing.
Although the Night Stalker was pretty good, they had some interesting stuff there, and that's where X-Files I think got their inspiration.
Mm-hmm. That show had its problems. It couldn't sustain itself either.
Well, I mean, how many of those types of characters have you got? You're gonna run out of them pretty quick.
But I think there was some trouble behind the scenes as well for that.
Oh, was there?
So, once it got going, there were inherent problems. Like I've been getting these recommendeds in my YouTube for these.
Yeah.
The time tunnel had to be taken off the air because of something like
The episode that canceled, blah, blah, blah.
yeah, same idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
Right.
Hello, Stephen Schnee. We need you. Click the link. Yeah, like the real reason Bod got canceled or something like that. Like bullshit. But they're trying to say that time tunnel got canceled because of something. And what was the other one? Land of the Giants. They're picking on that one too.
Yeah.
So like, no, they didn't get canceled because of whatever you're gonna say. Yeah. No, Tim and Jeff, the Batman and Robin of YouTube. Well, Jeff said he was going to be late, so please stay tuned. Jeff will be back, and his cats.
You know what's up with Tim? He's not even in the comments.
He might be snowed in. Oh, I missed this one.
Yeah.
Gillian Anderson is hot.
Gillian Anderson's hot. I never thought so. I mean, whatever. Just, I think she got better looking as she got older, actually. That's what I think.
What about Joey Heatherton?
Joey Heatherton. Now, there's a multiple.
Nobody remembers Joey Heatherton.
She died. Didn't she die of cancer? So she died really young, I think.
I do not know. I do not know.
She did. Yeah, she got sick. I think it was cancer.
Maybe that's why she didn't last past the Dean Martin show.
Yeah, I seem to remember hearing somewhere where she got sick and.
I know.
I
watched a pretty dumb movie last night on this Bengali movie called.
Yes.
Yeah. All about this guy that turns humans into snakes. It's kind of dumb. Oh, look. Jeff Kendall's coming home.
Coming home.
Oh, I know.
Oh, honey, I'm coming home.
Joey Heatherton didn't sell many mattresses. I think he did do mattress commercials. I think he did. That sounds familiar.
A lot of guys wanted to test out mattresses with her.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, or who was the lady with the long legs who did a lot of dancing?
Oh, Anne Margaret, you thinking?
Maybe Ann Miller.
Ann Miller? Yeah, that's another one.
I don't know. Somebody used to come on, have, these legs, do the tap dance and all that kind of stuff.
Well, wasn't I remember Second City wasn't that Lola Heatherton, that Captain Air, right? Wasn't that sort of a parody of Joey Heatherton?
Oh, maybe Lola Falana or something.
Lola Falana, or whatever.
Juliette Prowse.
Oh, Juliette Prowse, yeah, she was a dancer. Yeah, she was a big deal. Yeah.
I don't know, all these greats of the past, and like nobody barely remembers them.
Well, it's kind of before.
It's really sad. And I had another thing come up in my recommended yesterday. Like the stars of Lost in Space. Where are they now? And I had a picture of Bill Mooney.
Where are they?
And underneath, died 2024. No. Stop it.
Oh, did you see the one? I watched it this week. It was famous people who died on this day. Right? Yeah, you remember those ones? Anyway, they had Sam Elliott, okay, up there. Well, Sam Elliott is not dead. And this was they used him for the thumbnail. And so I'm looking at the comments, and obviously people didn't watch the video because later on the video it just talked about him. And it actually said he's overcome health problems and is doing quite well in the video. But then I look at the comments and they're all saying, oh, sorry to see Sam died. Rest in peace. He didn't die.
Oh,
talk about misleading. Holy cow.
Well, there was one I did click on this morning. It had something about they've made a documentary on Pee Wee Herman or Paul Rubens, whatever, and I guess it's just coming out. So it said, "Oh, a review of it." Oh, all right. So I watched it, and all the thing does is talk about what Paul Rubens has done, the history of Pee Wee Herman, blah 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 blah. And I'm going like, you didn't watch this thing, did you? You know, like, yes, there's a documentary coming out. Yes, it's going to be on Netflix in a couple weeks or something like that. But you didn't watch it. How is this a review?
Yeah, it's not out yet.
So I typed that in. You didn't watch this. You just, had some vague information about it, and this is not a review.
He did die, didn't he, Paul Rubens? He's gone.
Yeah, he's dead too. Yeah.
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 Another one.
He died, what, a couple of years ago, or maybe 3?
He wasn't that old either.
He was in his mid-60s, I think.
No, that's not old.
He did one more Pee Wee movie, which was not very good.
Well, were any of them? Yeah, 2023 he died.
Okay.
He was 59?
Oh, that early?
No, that's not right.
I
60,
thought he was in his early 60s.
60, I think he was 69. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of young.
No, there is a documentary coming out because I had read about it. And this guy said, review. But he never really saw it.
He meant to do that.
I guess. So that's how you get your clicks, people. Pretend that you've seen something or know about something.
Yeah. Mislead people with your thumbnail.
Yeah. Yeah, there was another one I clicked on, but I can't remember what it was about. And it was kind of dull. And I went down to the comments and somebody said, I just watched this whole video word for word on another channel. I was sort of like, somebody copying maybe?
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
Anyway.
YouTube right now really sucks. Like they'll put anything up, true or not, and get you to click.
You got to be selective.
Well, you got to have a little bit of brain, like if you know Billy Mooney did not die, don't click on it. Yeah. Well, yeah, the one I watched had an AI.
Oh, there's so many of them out there because they can't pronounce people's names correctly and all that stuff. There's a lot of those that are voiceover by AI. It's really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like saying the AI voice would go, gar.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, come on, that's not a real person.
You say Vito Scotti.
I don't know, Scotty. I don't know. It would murder it somehow. Oh yeah, Vito Scotty, right? Yeah, I'm sure.
Vito man.
Vito's.
Vito.
Oh yeah. That's what fact verse.
So fact verse. Horrible. Yeah.
No, they got me once or twice. I said, well, this fact verse one just sucks. Jeez.
So did you watch the hockey game last night between Canada and the U.S.? They're doing the Four Nations tournament.
No, I watched that stupid snake movie.
Oh, okay. First 9 seconds, there were 3 fights.
Oh, nice.
Seriously, but yeah, the Kachuk brothers started 2 fights in 3 seconds, and then JT Miller started one 9 seconds in.
And they were probably battling over eggs.
I don't know what they're battling over, but it was stupid.
Yeah, this is coming soon. The life and sad ending of Vito Scotti. It's coming soon.
I don't know if he had a sad ending or not, but yeah.
No, there's a channel out there called The Life and Sad Ending of fill in the blank.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, it comes up in my feed once in a while. I'm going like, no, I'm not type it in. So yeah, I know that one. Yeah.
I bet you his family get all kinds of residuals from all his appearances. I mean, they must get something for that, unless they just paid him
Hmm.
up. But
Yeah, but when you're a guest star, do you really get what
if he was just like, he could have just gotten salary and that was it.
yeah,
That's
just maybe minimum scale or something.
yeah,
Crowd
something.
approved the national anthem. Ooh.
Yeah, they did. Which I don't approve of that. That's just low class. And they even made an announcement before that, respecting, it just it's hockey. Let's leave the politics out of it. Like, that's nonsense. You don't need to do that. But that had nothing to do with the fights.
Yeah, but Trump's going to end the conflict in the Ukraine.
I hope so. Somebody should.
That would be the first regular thing that he had done. If
he'd be the first person to try to end it rather than trying to, make money.
We'll give him props for that, but all the other stuff that he's done lately. Look, it's the Gulf of America.
That's hilarious. I like it. Well, I don't like it, but I think it's funny. I think it's hilarious.
I don't know. He's done a lot of stupid things in the last 3 weeks. But
well, I don't know. It's stupid.
This one sounds like, yeah, he's going to do something good for a change. Yay.
He's cleaning up all the corruption. I mean, really, should we be sending $16 million to the Taliban for condoms? I don't think so.
Yeah, we'll see what happens this week. Yeah. Every week it's a new game. What is it this week?
It's entertaining. You got to give them that.
Well, it depends on how much entertainment you want. Thanks for coming, people. And
life and sad ending. Okay, so yeah.
Right. Oh, you checking them out? Yeah, it comes up in my feed a lot, but I never click on it. And there's a lot of things that come up on my feed. We're like, why am I getting this? Is it trending? Is that why it comes up in my feed? Oh, you got to see this because it's trending. Yeah, but it's 90% all.
I just block notifications on that stuff. I don't get it anymore. You can just go in and look at the feed and block.
Yeah, but sometimes
don't notify me about this channel or something.
Yeah, I know, but sometimes I like to see like what are they doing now? Oh, jeez, it's like that Bill Mooney thing. Like if I blocked out the channel, I wouldn't be able to talk about it.
Yeah.
So like, oh, look what you're doing now. Bill Mooney died in 2024. False.
I watched pretty funny. I watched one last night. It was a woman who got scammed for like $17,000. She wrote to a website which wasn't the right website and ordered a custom table, like a dining table. And she paid $17,000 for it, and they scammed her. It was a scam site. So the guy who owns the real site, he decided, I'm gonna make this woman the table she wants for nothing. And in the process, he started scamming the scammer. So as he's building the table, he's keeping you up to speed, and he's showing all the text messages between him and the scammer. He's like playing the same game, right? And in the end, he just strung the guy along for like weeks. And finally, in the end, the guy just kind of gave up on it. But and the guy gave the woman the table that she ordered from the scammer. He made it for nothing, and she was, of course, really happy about that.
She never got her $17,000.
She never got her money back, but she did get the table. So in the end, I guess she won. And anyway, but they never caught the scammer. But the guy was saying, he says, rather than report these guys, you should just string them along and keep them, keep them preoccupied so they're not scamming somebody else.
Oh yeah, I had Sirius XM call me 2 days ago.
Oh, those guys.
Yeah, because like I never renewed it, right?
Right.
Of course, they're on the phone, like, and it's still, like you pick up the phone, hello, and there's still like that 2 seconds, and boop.
Yeah.
Hello, may I please speak?
I went through that. You got it with the car, right? You got the Sirius.
Oh yeah, that's where it starts.
Yeah.
But I mean, now they're trying to call to get me to.
So
I mean, and what is your name? And where are you calling from? And where, I'm asking them everything but what they want to talk about.
Yeah.
And well, like how's the weather where you are? I'm just.
Well, those guys are easy to get a break on. Like when mine expired, then they started renewing it. It was like $25 a month or something. And it was like, I'm not paying that for this. So I phoned them up and said, I want to cancel it. And by the end of the conversation, I got 2 years of SiriusXM for like $6 a month.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's just like they kept saying, well, you can use it for this. I says, I don't need it. I says, I listen to it in the car. I don't listen to it on my computer. I'm not going to listen to it at home. I've got a massive record music collection. I said, I don't need it. I said, you're trying to sell me something I don't want. So by the end of the conversation, well, what about for $5.95 a month or something like this?
Okay.
So I figured, yeah, okay, that's fine, because when I'm in the car, I do like to listen to it in the car. Okay, so I said, okay, that's fine.
I tried that for a dollar.
But I'm not going to pay $25 a month to listen to it in the car. That's ridiculous. So if you talk to them, you can actually negotiate them down. Just keep saying no until you get them to the rock bottom.
I got 6,000 songs on one of these things. That does me. Yeah. Somebody wants to know the best song of Johnny Cash.
Oh, that's a hard one.
I don't really think so.
Okay.
I Walk the Line.
I don't know.
That's what comes to mind.
I really like his cover of Hurt. I think that's an amazing job he did on that. But that was one of the last things he did. That's a tough one.
Or when he did the songs the best.
Yeah, I know his early stuff. I don't know much about his later stuff. I'd like to be more familiar with it. But yeah, it's not A Boy Named Sue.
One of his biggest hits.
I remember when I was a kid, I loved Ring of Fire. I thought that was an awesome song when I was a kid, like 8 years old. That was a cool song. Went down, down, down in a burning ring of fire.
There you go. Yeah. There you go.
Ring of Fire. I'm gonna go with Ring of Fire for now.
Okay. I'll still stick with I Walk the Line.
Sort of like a hemorrhoid song.
Ew!
Burning ring of fire. Well, let me tell you.
Ouch. Okay. No. One more thing about telephones. We're having an election here pretty soon.
Oh.
So twice I've gotten the thing on the phone, and it's AI generated.
No.
They want me to hit the button of which party I'm going to vote for.
Oh, yeah. That's cool.
Liberal press 1, PC press 2. They go through the whole thing, and I press 7. Then it goes through the whole thing again, like they must have figured I didn't hear right. So they go through the whole thing again. Liberal 1, PC 2, press whatever number you're going to vote for. I pressed 8. The thing doesn't know what to do. It starts over again. Liberal 1, PC 2, 9. It hangs up.
I got a call last night in the middle of the hockey game. I didn't want to, but I took it anyway.
Yeah, it comes in at night too. Yeah.
But it was a real person. Like it was a person doing.
Oh, you got a real person? No, I got a phony.
It was municipal. It wasn't provincial. It was a municipal.
Oh, maybe.
But I got a real person. I found it quite useful because I told her what I thought. As a homeowner and taxpayer, I thought, well, I'll tell you what I think.
Mm-hmm.
And some of this, I don't really have many issues where I live, but there were a couple things I thought they should know about.
I think the big issue is that stores should stock more things.
Well, I think that's important. That's an issue.
Yes, it is.
My thing was high density housing, where they're just building up all these high rises, and the place is getting too crowded now.
Ooh.
So that's what I complain about. I says, yeah, it's just getting too crowded. It's just getting to the point where I'm thinking of actually moving because there's just too many people here now. We don't have the infrastructure, and we're all in the summer, we're on water restrictions because they bring all these high density homes in, and they're sucking up all the water, and they're not providing more water. So I can, like last summer, I could only water my lawn once a week. It's like, seriously, like, what's the point?
Tell people not to bathe so often.
Well, it's just,
Water usage.
Well, what they're doing is they're tearing down a house that's on a small acreage, and they're putting up like 7,000 townhouses, right? Well, where you had one family before, now you got like 300 families using the same amount of water. So that's why we got water restrictions. But that's other than that, I didn't really have too many complaints.
Well, every time that telephone goes, it's like, oh.
But it was a real person. I was surprised it was an actual.
Yeah, I'm surprised it was. But no, the last two calls I got were both fake people, and press 1 for PC.
Yeah, no, she was just asking questions, and I was just answering them and having talking to her. And, oh yeah, I should make note of that. I should make note of that.
Did you make a date while you were off at it?
No, I'm married.
Oh, well, other people may. So what do you look like? What are you wearing?
Can you send me your measurement and weight?
If they sound really cute on the phone, it's, hey.
How old are you? You have lots of money.
Yeah. I like you. You have money, and you sound.
She didn't ask me how old I was, though. Like, she's not my actual. She's, are you between a certain age, or are you over 55? And I said, yeah, I'm well over 55.
She marked that down as no.
Yeah. I guess I'm
not dateable. No.
Well, you never know. She might think, oh, he's old. He must have money.
What's your favorite dinner? It is Valentine's Day, kind of.
Wieners and beans. That's what I live on. Wieners and beans.
Mm-hmm. That's the thing. The Valentine's Day is this weekend, so that's what's taking Jeff from us. Who knows? That may be where Tim is right now.
That was Saturday. No, Friday was Valentine's Day.
Yeah, but it's the weekend though.
Yeah.
Holidays like that. It's spread out now. Press 1 for yap. Press 2 for ting. Ding. 1 for yap. Yes. No, but if you hit another button, it confuses the computer.
I'll have to try that.
Yeah. Well, especially if you get one that's a automated call.
Did I ever tell you about the one where the real estate guy phoned me up?
Well, we'll say hi to Robert P. first.
All right. Hey, Robert P.
Yeah, he just came in from. Wow, I got mine a few hours ago.
Enough for you?
Yeah.
Yes, I got this call from a real estate agent wanting to sell my house. He said, what do you want? And I said, $3 million.
Not even thinking about it.
There was this long pause. Well, the houses in your area aren't really worth that. And I said, I said, I don't care what they're worth. You asked me if you want to sell my house. You asked me what I want. I told you I want $3 million. So he actually, he kept going. It took him a while to figure it out. I was pulling his leg, right? So this went on and on and on. I says, look, I said, I got things to do. I says, you want to sell my house? I said, I'm telling you what it's going to cost you to sell my house. I said, I want $3 million. If you can't give me that, then you're wasting my time. So he finally, after like 10 minutes, decided to hang up. Just, I don't know. Sometimes you just got to pull these guys along so they're not bothering somebody else.
I think we get about 3 inches a day. So like between Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 3.
That's a lot of snow.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's been sort of warm. So you might get 5 inches, but then it shrinks down to 2. And then you get another, and then it shrinks down to.
Well, so, the weight pushes it down.
Yeah.
That's a lot. Yeah, 5 inches is a lot of snow. 5, 6 inches is actually a lot of snow.
But it's heavy snow, and it kind of dissipates after a while, so it compresses. And then now it's supposed to get like super cold, and now it'll all freeze. So now it's all wet, Now it's all gonna freeze, so it's gonna be like chunky out there, chunky ice.
That's the way it was here, but it started warmed up today, and we got in the rain and washed it all.
I was in the pool. I was in the pool. Everything goes back to Seinfeld.
Yeah, culture.
I don't know how you guys deal with those things.
I don't know. You guys are walking around with those things.
Yeah.
Hey, Doc.
Hey, Harry Humstone. Hello.
Hey, Doc.
Yeah. Harry Humstone, the famous hunter of yard sales and garage sales and reseller of stuff. Yeah.
Oh, is that what he does?
That's what he does.
Okay.
Yeah. And sometimes he
right.
does quite well. You know, he finds bargoons at a yard sale. Like, I'm going to take that lantern there. I bought it for $5 and I'm going to sell it for 35. That's how he's got a $3 million.
Have you seen any of this? Robert P's sent me a couple. You seen these AI generated Beatles things? Have you seen any of those? They're kind of creepy. Yeah, it's AI generated, and it's like the Beatles singing in AI Beatle voices. It's pretty freaky, actually. He sent me one the other day, John Lennon singing. It was like, oh, weird. But it's close enough that if you weren't familiar, you could get fooled into thinking it was actually them.
Yeah, but I saw one the other day that was Helter Skelter sang as though it was in the 40s or something.
Oh, yeah. There's a few of those going around.
Yeah, but I mean, the tune is not even there. They're just repeating the words.
Yeah.
So it's cute, but it's not the song. They're just repeating the words to some 1940s.
They're doing that a lot with TV shows like Star Trek from the 50s.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, they're doing a lot of that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Harry just watched the Sly and the Family Stone documentary on Hulu.
Poor Sly.
Yeah.
Sly was a drug addict, unfortunately.
Oh, well. Just in case Robert P. or maybe even Harry wants to come up on the green. It's the Green Show today. Isn't that cool?
Green.
Green Show. Apparently I can change that too.
Turn up that Greenland.
Yes, let me see if I can change it. Where did I find that from? Okay. Delete background. Poof. Oh, see, now we're back in black.
Back in black.
Back in black. But if I want, I can be in
black. Kind of look
oh, look at the party atmosphere. Yay!
That's the party atmosphere. That's nice.
Isn't that cool? I guess.
Cleans up the room.
It's too bright. It's too bright. Wait a minute. Oh, this is called confetti, by the way. Okay. Let's go back to plain old black and try one more.
Black's easier on the eyes.
Yeah. How about what does this do?
Polka dots. It's the sea of holes. It's like a yellow sea of holes.
I was gonna say, I got spots before my eyes.
Yeah, it's a.
This is called dark particles. Ooh.
Dark particles.
Wow.
I think they're actually moving. Those particles are moving.
Oh, they are. Holy cow.
They are.
Yeah.
He's sick watching us here.
Oh boy, we're in trouble. Anyway, yes, he was drunk. Yes.
We'll make you sick one way or another out there, folks.
Hang on to something.
What if we could hypnotize people? We could say, just
like and subscribe.
You're getting sleepy.
No, we don't want that. Well, unless you leave this on. Tell more people to watch. Ooh.
Tell more people to buy Ting. That way it'll be in more stores.
Yes. Ting for the masses. This is what we should have. Ding. Yes. Haven't had a sip yet. I like
What flavor?
grapefruit.
Uh,
Do you remember Wink?
yeah,
I used to love Wink. That was my favorite.
that was kind of popular in Ontario anyway.
Yeah, until they changed the formula and put real fruit juice in it, and then it sucked. And then it was gone off the market. Look, it's
Hello.
Robert P.
RP.
Everyone's
RP.
Getting off
favorite
the
Robert.
cold.
Yeah.
It's not too bad here. We got about 5-6 inches. Like you said, it shrunk though as the weather got warmer.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, well, we've gotten it over separate days, so we get some then, some later, and then as we get it shrinks.
almost like all the news reports, it's like everyone's shutting down at 6 to 8 inches and rainy, sleety snow, and then you get 3 inches. You're like,
Well, that's all it takes, though, for people to start running into each other. So,
and then it's another 3 inches. Well, they canceled our church yesterday, and then today it's like about the same as it was yesterday. By the time I was done, I did it once yesterday, did it once today. My wife just went out, and we have one little drain that we mark that if you don't clean it off when it starts to melt, it can cause flooding in the basement. That's like our release from the roof. When it drains down, it comes out that one drain about 18 feet from the house. But I got to keep the open area because that's where the water comes out from the drainage.
The release from where?
The roof comes down into a gutter, right? When the snow melts, it goes into a gutter and then goes underground and then goes over 18 feet and comes out in the middle of the lawn.
No, it's just this talk about the roof. I thought you had a dog there. Roof.
No. So I have to make sure it's clean. So if it does melt, it can release itself.
See, so for Canadians, that's an American thing. They call it the roof. We call it the roof.
Now see, Paul, that's what gets us canceled off of other shows, being funny.
Okay. Roof.
Other shows will not stand for people being funny.
Roof is fine.
Roof.
The covering over my domicile.
Hey, Robert P., any bargoons today?
The only bargain I got was I got to finish my taxes yesterday. And I'm actually getting money back, so I'm happy.
Yay!
Party at Robert's house.
Yes, I think we paid $9,500, and I'm getting 4 of it back. So
all right.
that's not bad. And they still kept some. They kept about 5, but got to pay for stuff.
Done by mid-February, that's pretty good.
Well, I wanted it all done, and I'd have to wait for anything.
Yeah, you'll have everyone else beat and have your returns back probably by the end of the month. Who knows?
Yeah.
Well, if you don't rely on Michigan, we'll be fine. Because last year I sent them estimated taxes, and what was weird is I sent it early in January because I knew I'd be taking something out of a retirement, right? And so you're supposed to pay your estimated taxes ahead of time. Michigan kept my return for 6 months. Because they saw that I had sent the extra money, but it was more than what I needed. And so they waited 6 months and sent it all back to me.
Send it all back.
And I'm like, you don't realize I'm going to need that when I file my taxes in 25 for 24. But luckily I wasn't short. It came up to like,
well, they like to start with a clean slate. Here, have it all back.
well, I know, but I got to one point where I was doing it and I was getting $1 back from the state. But if they'd kept my money, I probably would have owed all the taxes.
You be careful because Trump's going to cancel the production of pennies. So you guys are going to be.
I'm not worried about production of pennies or not. None of that bothers me.
There's going to be a whole baloo about where are the
There'll be a massive brouhaha over that. I guarantee.
But why?
Well, first of all, it was Trump's idea, so that's enough there. But yeah, no, people. Listen, yeah. See, we haven't had the penny for like over 10 years here.
But there's, like I said, millions and millions of pennies in circulation.
Yeah.
So until all those somehow get hoarded up by the hoarders, they'll still be around. We can still use what's in circulation.
Well, see, use them in stores. Like you can take them to the bank, but the stores won't even accept pennies here.
And maybe after a while that'll be the same here, but they won't be making any new pennies.
No.
But we'll still have jars and jars and jars and jars.
Oh, yeah, I must have about 3 big peanut butter jars, mostly pennies, but just pocket change. But they're like this big. I got like 3 of them. I probably got like $7,000 in there. But anyway.
No,
I don't want to sound snooty, but any change in my pocket, I usually give away to someone because I can't stand having change in this pocket or that pocket. And I put it in my thing in my car, like everybody. You have a little bit in your car there, sitting there. And the only place I need it is Aldi, if you know what that is. You need a quarter to use their pass card. You got to put a quarter in to release it.
In Canada, we're a little more conscious because our $1 and $2, they're coins now. So you can't just like you're giving away a lot of money if you're giving away your change because it's it's not nickels and dimes anymore.
Well, I understand that because I have done. Well, it's been a few years, but yeah, we spent quite a bit of time in Montreal.
Yeah.
When my friend was there, Urgel I had here, and we went there 2 or 3 times. And I've been back in the day when you would go over to see the girls, that they didn't have in Michigan. We'd go over Ontario and Toronto all the time to visit those sites in our teens.
Yeah. Talking about hoarding pennies. Remember what Macy Gray said this week?
Go ahead.
Put a penny in a jar every day for the year, and at the end of the year, you'll have $36,500.
Yeah.
And I went, what?
Somewhat.
And at the end of it, think about it. I says, I don't have to think about it. You're wrong.
You're wrong.
1 penny every day.
It'll be $3.65.
$3.65. Like 36,500. I go like, how much of an idiot are you?
Yeah.
And I typed in that. I says, yeah, I thought about it. It said $3.65. You don't, Macy Gray. Shut up.
Yeah, it's like AOC trying to tell us how stupid what's his name is. My brain.
AOC.
She was complaining about my brain isn't working today. Maybe I got too much snow.
She complains about everybody.
She was saying Musk was unintelligent.
Yeah.
Oh,
really?
I'm sure he's unintelligent. God basically invented the electric car.
Yeah, here's a guy building rockets that can actually return themselves back to the stand. and she does what she know how to do, mix a drink.
Yeah, that's about all she knows how to do. I'm sure she knows other things, but this is a family channel.
Well, yes.
So, but yeah, where it comes from, right? Just consider where it comes from.
Well, they will learn how to make money.
Oh, yeah, I got a friend too who's totally brainwashed by the left and the leftist propaganda, and it's like anybody conservative is an idiot. Like, oh, that idiot did this, and I think, well, that idiot just saved you, $3 billion, and guess what? That's $3 billion you're not going to be paying on your taxes anymore. But the guy's an idiot.
Hello, Kimba.
Oh, Kimba, hello.
Now, left side, right side, somehow they all walk out with more money than they came in with.
Well, that's what I like what Musk is doing, because all this stuff, particularly with USAID, that stuff, none of that stuff went overseas. It all went into the pockets of congressmen. That's where that money went. It's all uncovering corruption.
You made Doc laugh.
Yeah. No, this did.
That's what I said. I was looking at Kim's statement. It said you made Doc almost lose his tinge.
No. 5 pennies. Yeah, that'll add up to
Macy Gray. Gosh.
Interesting.
Well, they don't understand that you stop what you're doing, look it all over, and then start back the programs that were useful and were needed, and leave the stuff that wasn't needed. That's all they're doing. They're not saying we're going to get rid of everything. We're saying stop it now, make sure what's going out is proper, and then we'll restart the programs or change the programs that are necessary.
The only ones complaining about Musk are the ones who are benefiting from all the graft and
I'm
corruption.
positive the graph
They're the
is
only ones that are
ending.
complaining, right? So it's just okay. You're complaining about it. It must be a good thing.
I love those old posts where they're showing like Warren saying everything should be accounted for and we shouldn't be, and then you come back.
And where did she get her money from? It certainly, like, seriously, she's only been in Congress. What else has she done?
I play the market and I don't do anywhere near as good as Pelosi or anybody else.
Yeah, well, that's because she's getting inside information. You know that.
I've made some good plays, but not that good.
Yeah, like who wins every time, big time. Like,
Yeah.
Break.
Oh, well, I'm just blessed with the things I do have, like a good family, good friends, and that's really all you need. I do like the AI stuff I sent you, Paul. That last one on John got me.
I thought it was a little creepy, to be honest with you. I'm watching. It's just like, this is so.
Well, he kept using the F word though, so I thought, it sounds like John might have sung this.
That makes it more realistic.
Yes.
Yeah, well, John, I can think of only one song where he let the F bomb flip.
Right.
That
Working class hero.
Yeah, it gets overplayed too. Anyway, I don't think McCartney's ever dropped an F bomb in a song.
Yes, he has.
For you.
Well, for you, but
Well, not for you, but in his I'm trying to remember the name of it.
in a song.
Yes, in a song. It's that
I might have
an
probably.
anthem. It's like one of those anthems he wrote.
Oh,
Not
and he
freedom.
says the F word.
Oh.
Well, freedom
Tim
was something.
Allen, where have you been?
Tim will know. Tim will know.
What do I know?
you gotta
The
make.
F bomb that McCartney dropped in like one of those anthem songs he wrote.
Oh yeah, it was a song he left because of that. He left it off the ground. Big Boys Bickering.
Yeah, I think that's it. One of those songs. I remember he did drop the full
Yeah,
F
it
bomb.
would have been on off the ground, but he left it off because of that.
Because I do have it, but F, what Fi You was another play on it,
Yeah,
but I don't remember the name of it.
Big Boys Bickering. It's on the Hope of
Effing it up for all
Deliverance.
the rest of us. Is that how it goes? They're effing it up for all the rest of us.
Pickering boys.
Yeah, big boys bickering, effing it up for the rest of us, I think is what he says. But,
Suddenly,
Oh,
I'm
by the
sure.
way, Tim Allen is friends. Hello.
well, I saw all these people going into his thing. Tom Hanks was there, De Niro.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, everyone on the left was going in. I don't know how they got the tickets. And Seinfeld was there.
VIP list. Yeah, Seinfeld, Hanks,
I never
saw
got.
De Niro.
Little Steven.
I didn't make the
There's
list.
a couple more. I forget.
Andy Nichols.
The video I saw was very odd because it showed everybody leaving first, and then it showed them arriving second. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, like McCartney was going out the door, and they were coming in.
and then it shows them arriving. I'm like, well, wait a minute, what's going on here?
Enjoy the show, fella. I'm leaving.
Yeah, but even everybody had to go in that way. It's a weird place, must be. There's no back door or anything. Even the band had to go through. They had a little like a metal detector set up, and even the bands walked through the metal detector. And the horn players all got their horns with them, so of course it's gonna go off because they got their horns with them. Like, duh.
Which puppy is that?
This is Lily
Lily. Okay, Lily and Brady, right?
and Ava.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Ava. You got 3 now.
3 now, yeah. Ava's right there.
Ava, Brady, Lily, and then 2 cats. I don't.
2 cats,
Molly?
Horace and Monty.
Oh, Horace. I knew it was an M. I can't keep track of my
I
grandkids.
wanted to call the cats Mick and Keith, but my wife wouldn't let me. I'm not naming it after those guys.
Well, they're always fighting. You might have to name them something different. I don't
Mick
know.
and Keith, I thought was perfect for them, but
Let's just go get 2 more.
Liam and Noel.
no, Liam and Noel. That would work. No, I don't like those guys. Those guys are idiots. Mick and Keith would have been cool. Can't have that.
Aren't we
No,
going to the Oasis reunion show?
He says, well, you can call Morris Mick, but I'm gonna keep Monty. I said, well, what's Mick and Monty? Like, what does that mean? There's nobody named Mick and Monty out there. That's ridiculous. Besides, it wouldn't be Mick, it would be Keith.
Well, hi, Kimba.
Anyway.
Did you see Kimba's math where 365 pennies equals $3 billion?
Those are big pennies, though.
Oh,
Big
yeah.
Those are oversized pennies.
Ooh, very large, yes.
I already showed that last week. My Ronette CD. That's the only new thing I've gotten.
James says hi.
Well, hi, James.
Suddenly the Tim Allen fan club show.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. I'm having a bit of a rough day. I woke up not feeling well today, so I just went back to sleep.
Ooh.
I'm actually just,
Upset stomach like a good dose of ting.
Yeah, that'll help you. Yeah,
I actually wish I had some of that now.
sort of like
feel a
just
lot
getting
worse.
because
feel a
I
lot
didn't
worse
feel
by the
it.
time we're done with you. That's
But I stayed up all night working on my show, which is typical for me when I'm
Yeah,
doing.
I saw it this morning, gave it a plus, but I didn't get to listen to it yet.
Okay.
Usually on Saturdays
So,
I listen.
there is a new show, but I didn't get to bed till like 7:00 this morning, and so
Usually you have it up by Saturday, and I listen to it on.
yeah, I have been. Last 2 weeks I've been behind, and this next week I probably will too, because now I've got narration to do again. I narrate like 4 or 5 in a row to get them done, but I just used my last narration that's done, so now I got to do that again sometime this week.
Yeah.
I hate.
Write this down. Oh, wrong one.
Oh, excuse me.
Oh, what?
Write that down. Snapcracklepop.podomatic.com. Write that down. Write that down and look for that
Yeah.
Snap Crackle Pop thing. And don't forget to like and subscribe and send money and all that kind of stuff.
Well, all I can say is there's a lot of songs that Tim plays that I've never heard.
Well, that's
That's
the idea.
That makes it interesting, yes.
That's the idea.
And a good episode of Chicken Man.
Or I've heard them by other people. So
Yeah, I play a lot.
that Love album you were showing the other day. What was the? Anyway, it was okay, but I got like 5 songs in, and I started getting bored because it all started sounding the same to me. So
which one?
it's
Which Love album?
Forever changes.
yeah, Forever Changes. Yeah, I was listening to that on YouTube. And it's nice music, but maybe I just wasn't in the mood for it. But about 5 songs that I thought, yeah, this is kind of.
It's very different from the first 2 albums. They're almost garage, and then they come up.
Well,
with
it just started getting. I thought it was. For me, it was feeling a little bit
Was
repetitive.
it like a phone song or something? Red phone or red line? Or my brain's not working right now.
I don't know.
What was one of their songs about a phone?
No, I don't. That I don't know.
I'll have to look it up.
There are 2 quote unquote hits where 7 and 7 is, and My Little Red Book.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. I know I have the Love album and a 2 CD set, but I enjoyed the Love Forever Changes.
Well, they reissued the Forever Changes album. I found it on Amazon. It was reissued.
Yeah, no, I've got it in mono. Mono did a
I
reissue
think
a
I've got the
couple
mono
years ago.
stereo CD.
I was just playing it off YouTube. It was up there.
I just like the story about why he named it that, because I guess he broke up with his girlfriend, said you'd love me forever, and he said, well, forever changes.
Interesting.
That was the story behind the name of the album.
James Farley doesn't think it sounds anything like Rudy Valley.
Well, it doesn't. Oh, goodness.
Probably right.
Everything has to sound like Rudy Valley.
I'll be right back.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Oh, he didn't even turn his camera on. So now we can spy. Let's
Well,
see what
my
he.
brother's supposed to be putting a works on the clock for Alan C. this week.
Oh, wow.
He ordered a clock like Doc's getting,
Mm-hmm.
but he wanted a real clock work on it. And Tom showed his the other day, which was cool.
Yeah, he said he's going to make his work. So
Yeah, this is an experiment because I unfortunately I can't give them to everybody. So Alan C said he wanted one that worked. And I said, well, my brother's got to make it. So if you want one that works, you're going to have to, pay a little more to get it to work. And then I'm praying I can mail it to him before I go to Alaska.
Just buy like, just go to, a cheap store and buy like a $7 clock or something and take it apart. And
oh no, I get the clockworks for probably $5. It's not the point. You gotta manipulate the file that prints the 3D stuff to make it slightly larger to make the hole right. And
well, you could just drill. You could just drill the hole bigger. I mean, it's not,
But there's an orange circle that goes around it that makes a difference, I guess, with the depth. And I can show it again, but you'll see what I mean. If you have this. The hole in here is going to be slightly larger by 3/8 of an inch, and then it's going to be deeper. So there's only so much depth you get when you do clocks. So I know it can be done, and then the hands have to be ordered shorter because they're usually not this short.
Yeah, no. Yeah,
I used to make something called rock clocks back in the 80s, where I would took albums and I cut out the 4-inch label of old albums, and then I would put a stand made of acrylic and then have a clockworks on it, and I would sell you like Led Zeppelin, or the Beatles Apple or the Rainbow, and make clocks, and they're called rock clocks. And I used to sell the kits at all the conventions we would go to. And I don't think I have one left anymore, but I used to make those. And then when CDs came out, I switched to CD clocks of your favorite band, and I did that. And my work liked it so much that they hired me to make 500 clocks with their logo on it for a picnic they had. So that kept me busy.
Doc was sipping on his ting there. I was waiting for him to offer me a drink, but he wasn't, so I went and got my own.
You gotta try that. That looks good. I love grapefruit, like he's drinking, but I do like Dr. Pepper too.
This is the zero sugar. It's not bad.
Partridge Family's worst song.
The grocery store didn't have the doctor, so I got zero sugar cherry Coke today. Let's see what that's like. They were out of the Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
This is what I drink.
Water. Water.
That's that diet water, right?
I tried the Vernors that tasted like black cherry.
Partridge Family worst song.
Is there one?
Well, I really don't really like their Cherish, but I know it was a hit probably.
Well, that was David Cassidy, though. That wasn't really them.
I know.
Them neighbors.
I can't really say because I don't know them all by heart. Something new got old. See, I don't know half of these songs. I just don't.
I put it back. I had it up. I put it back.
My favorite is "I Woke Up in Love This Morning." That's the one that always gets me. I hear that. I go,
that's not the worst.
What? No, I said that's my best.
Yeah. No, they want your worst.
I have no idea what the worst song would be. I don't know.
Probably on their last album. Things are going downhill pretty quickly by the end. But
what was their last album?
Their producer and their songwriter all left to go do something else. So they were.
What was their last album? That was
struggling.
Bulletin board.
Bulletin board, was that the last one?
Is that a crossword puzzle? One of those?
Yeah, I'm not even sure. Crossword puzzle or bulletin board was their last, and it was both of those. The producer and songwriters had pretty much left.
I'm gonna turn on some more light in here because it's getting dark. Dark at 5:30 in Michigan.
Crossword puzzle was their last one.
Okay.
See, we're both wrong.
Oh.
Well, he's checking that out. Maybe we'll.
The last studio album, like I'm not counting.
Yeah.
And sometime in the mid or late 70s, Beans had it. It was a double greatest hits, which I'd love to get that. I'd never seen it before.
And I have that
They
CD.
were putting out albums only from 70 to 73, which is interesting. I've got them all digitally. I don't have.
Yeah.
Oh, you were doing this last week.
Oh, the ultimate Manilow. Ooh,
Oh, good heavens.
and he's not bad either.
Did I tell you my wife had a Barry Manilow T-shirt from when she was like 13, and it was like a yellow T-shirt, and it hung up in our record shop as a joke for like 20 years until we sold the place.
Yeah.
And then Daryl gave it back to me about a year ago, and I put it online, and some guy paid me $25 for it.
King.
Well, I would think that he got a bargain, actually, because stuff like that doesn't survive. It doesn't matter who it is. People think amazing things are cool. One of my favorite scenes in the movie High Fidelity is Jack Black shows up to the record store one day, and he's wearing a Yanni T-shirt. I'm like, that's great. That's freaking amazing. That's like so cool. You know, sometimes
I was really shocked when Barry Manilow announced he was gay. That just I couldn't believe it.
Who thought she was cute there? I did back in the 70s.
Helen Riddy? Helen Riddy?
Yeah, I thought she was cute.
Yeah, she was attractive. Got nice eyes. I like her eyes.
I think that was it. The one song that I always liked was Angie.
Yeah.
With the
That's a good song. Yeah.
spooky one. But killing boys in her bedroom or something.
Yeah.
Only like when she started doing things like I Am Woman that she got really lame. You know, Delta Dawn was good. Angie was good.
Well, Angie was freaky.
So
yeah,
was Delta.
Kind of a dark story.
Yeah.
Good song.
Well, so was Delta Dawn. Delta Dawn was about this crazy homeless woman.
Yeah.
You know. And
No, that's one of my favorite.
I Am Woman and stuff. And
oh, Jim. Yeah, he's amazing.
I was 13 when he passed, and that was the first rock guy that I actually cried when I heard he died. It was weird. I heard about the plane crash, and for some reason,
yeah, that was a huge loss for the music world because he was an extremely talented individual. I kind of put him in the same category as Harry Chapin. You know, like those guys, storytellers, right? They're just amazing.
Yeah.
Songs.
Oh yeah, and I have his live album. They finally released, the whole thing, but you can really only listen to it once a year because it's 25 minutes of his telling a story and then a song, and then 25 minutes of a story and a song.
Yeah.
So it's not that it's bad. It's just it's something you're not going to put in every day.
Right.
One of my other favorite groups. I'm just throwing some stuff to liven up the great album, I think, anyway. You know what that is? So
It's a circle.
well, I'm saying this is Sunday's re-release that I thought was good. And then we got the other one that they did this one. Those are the only two I know they did.
They spelled circle wrong.
Wasn't that by something about Lennon told him to do it that way or something? Somehow Lennon's associated with this.
Remember, he was a high school dropout, so what's he know?
I could have swore Lennon's the one that said to do the name like that.
He
Sounds
might have been.
like something London would do.
And if you don't have any, go get yourself the Action. These guys are really good.
Yep.
At least this was worth every penny. I had two, and I ended up giving one away to somebody because they were almost identical. They're 17.
Give it away now. Give it away.
But this is worth having. If you don't own it, go get it.
And their lead singer died in like 70 or
Did he? I didn't know
died
that.
really young.
Oh, here's another one I have, which is almost a duplicate. But yeah,
The Action.
it's worth getting if you don't have
Yeah,
any.
no, they're great.
Make that an action item.
Phil Collins' favorite British invasion band.
Is it?
I've seen a couple interviews where he said that.
Well, I watched a video this week where Phil Collins was saying he was naming the 3 drummers he hates. Well, he didn't say that. The title said that.
Yeah.
But he doesn't like John Bonham, Neil Peart, or Buddy Rich. He doesn't like those guys.
Wow.
I haven't seen Buddy Rich, so it's over the hill.
That's pretty amazing that he flew all the way to America to play the drums for Led Zeppelin to fill in for a drummer that he hated.
He thought he could do a better job.
Well, they paid him, I guess. But anyway,
I'm going to show them up.
well, his complaint with Bonham is he was just too heavy-handed. He said it wasn't musical. Like he said it was all force, and he doesn't. I don't understand. I agree or disagree with him, but I kind of get where he's coming from. It's just, Collins was more than a drummer. He was very musical, very musician, and so I kind of get where he's coming from with these other guys. And the complaint he had about Buddy Rich is it was too flashy and all ego. And with Neil Peart, he's just saying it was just too much. Neil was trying to, he was always trying to fill this. He wouldn't let her breathe. He was always trying to fill the air and
too much cowbell.
Just too much over the top. And I get that. I'm not criticizing the drummers. I kind of get where Collins is coming from.
I'm just showing some of my favorites.
And that's what I always said about Ringo. I said people knock him for his supposed lack of technical skill, but Ringo's an extremely musical drummer. Like, he's just amazing what he could do.
There's a good voice.
Gary Puckett and that gap between his teeth. No, that's Elton John.
No.
You just be surprised. These get this. I have like all 6 of their albums, 6 or 8 of their albums, but it's a good collection.
That's a rhino.
Rascals.
One of my favorites of all time have been Tommy James, though.
Oh, I love Tommy.
I love Tommy James.
I've got a comp of his around here somewhere.
I heard that. I think it's alone now. Back in the day, and
Crimson
and Clover and Mirage, and I went. My first one was a cassette, and I just loved it. And my wife hates when I change the lyrics. So.
She hasn't read it yet.
Well, I'm sorry. What did you want? Now, Cilla Black is phenomenal vocalist. Not as good as Petula Clark, but phenomenal vocalist. I've got a 6 CD set of everything she's did, but she did more covers than anything, so it's not easy to listen to, really.
But that's what everybody did in the 60s. And 50s.
But she does a great job. It's just that.
Must have a Tommy James CD. I don't have a record.
That's his woof.
Okay, I gotta go kill my dogs.
I know it's not really a 60s, but I love this album.
Oh yeah, everybody's got that one. Sure.
That's a cool album. I like their label when they made it. The 45.
Yeah. I have the 45. I have that thing you deal on 45, and it has a label. And it's
if I saw that, I would buy it just to hang it on the wall.
It got reissued. It got reissued like last year, I think. I bought it an original when I was in London.
It's just so cool. They hit the nail on the head with almost the whole thing. I mean, it's just so close. You had to love it. I mean, at least people our age had to love it. Let's put it that way. Here's what I don't get much of. I have it, but I really don't get into
Davis, with Stevie Winwood.
Yeah, it's all right, but I love Traffic.
You know who else was in the Spencer Davis band? Spencer Davis.
Okay. I don't know all the guys. Like, sometimes you guys bring up names, and I don't know everybody in every band.
Manfred Mann was in Manfred Mann's Earth Band?
Yeah, I heard that.
And I'm not really a big fan of Manfred Mann. I got a 2 CD set. Like, this guy, I like a lot. I think he's earning more now.
He's a talented individual.
He's coming. I bought that whole set. And
he died. Yeah.
I'm still going through it. I've got like 26 albums by him, and I'm going through them one by one.
He had a problem with booze, but he was a talented guy too.
He had a problem with flying too.
He died. He was unique, John Denver. He got a wonderful singing voice,
and he wrote a lot too. It didn't.
He wrote most of the stuff. Yeah, no, he was. That was a tragic.
Here's one of your people. He did a good
job. You gotta love Gordy.
He did a good job.
Yeah, never got to see him live. Always wanted to see him. He just didn't get around to our area. But he's why I play 12-string guitar. That's the guy that turned me on.
See, this is how I stack. Like, this is not really a done by alphabetical or group. It's kind of like by, like all the stuff from like mid.
It's a potpourri.
Yeah, it's like 60s mid easy listening type. I don't know how how you say this, like Hermits and
A lot of
pacemakers, and just kind of like I kind of categorize it by the style of the music.
Pop. It's what it is. It's 60s pop.
Yeah. And then it goes into some of the stuff from the 70s later, like the Croces and the John Denvers. And then we got stuff that I just copied from somewhere. Here's Olivia Newton-John's Greatest, and got Linda Ronstadt, there's females after that, and Anne Murray. Like, how many people have Anne Murray,
You
do. Well, I do the best of them, but you can see I probably copied it off of somewhere. It's not an original.
Oh, that's original to me.
You were saying, I have this one. I don't mind Dan. It just that was mine and my wife's.
Oh, is that Dan Fogelberg?
Yeah. Longer is mine and my wife's song. When we dated, that was our song.
Oh, how sweet.
It came out the year we were dating, around 82.
Remember, it's Valentine's weekend, so hurry up and play that for her.
Well, we've taken care of all that stuff. We don't really do Valentine's Day, but.
Oh, did you go out for puffy tacos?
No. Okay. I took my mother a big giant bouquet of roses because my sister-in-law makes bouquets. I don't know if I told you that. And she has a subscription service. So I get every 2 weeks, I get one bouquet, and I take it to any woman I feel is worthy of it. So whether it's my wife, my sister, a cousin, someone from church, I take a bouquet. And this not Halloween, Valentine's, I go, like, who am I going to give it to? Because my wife got the flowers the week before. I'm like, I'll take it to my mom.
I was like Dan Fogelberg stuff too. He had nice singing voice.
Yeah, who just had a special on him? I can't remember who. Just talked all about his albums. Maybe it was Robert S. And had a big series on him. I've only got the one because I really didn't get much into him during the time of his life.
Shorter than.
Tell you what really broke me up was when Harry Chapin died, because I was a huge Harry Chapin fan. I just loved his stuff, and
most people only knew what
he died just after Lennon died and John Bonham died. All these people were dying at the same time. It's like Harry
died near me. He was on the road.
Yeah,
a couple 100 miles of where I live is where he got in his car crash and died.
Yeah. He's on his way to a show or something, and
he was driving a rabbit or something.
It was a rabbit. And he got rear-ended by a truck or something.
Sure.
But yeah,
couldn't afford anything better than a rabbit.
People like what they like. I never criticize people for their cars. People like what they. I like small cars, so I
had a little Jetta, was about the size of a rabbit, for 253,000 miles we drove.
Yeah, I love small cars. I would never,
Cars of the stars.
Well, Harry was just, he just lived the way he always lived.
It's both.
Simple life.
Put it
he could, but he was making a comeback, which is what was sad about me. He hadn't done anything for a few years, and he's got this album out and his hit single, and he's touring, and he's dead. And it's like, well, that's
Steve Miller has done solo stuff, and he's done Steve Miller band stuff, so it depends on the record.
I just put it under M.
See, that's it. I should probably do that. I don't do anything under alphabet. I do it kind of like by genre or feel. Like, what do I feel? Like, I got a bunch of women, folk music, jazz. I do it by maybe genre, whatever you call it.
Genre. Put it under Kendrick Lamar.
Well, I had Neil Young. I still have with like all Neil Young's, which is about 30 albums I've got. And then in front of him, I've got Buffalo Springfield, because he was part of that, right? So I got Buffalo Springfield. Then I got Neil Young. Then I got behind him Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, because it kind of flowed that way for me. So that's how I store them,
These are all my Steve Millers.
Holy cow!
That's a big Steve Miller collection.
Yeah, that's
Good.
Volume 1. Oop.
I like the label. I like that label.
Yeah,
Never opened them. Look at
it's
that.
all the his early stuff, and then volume 2. Well, that would have his later stuff. The only album of Steve Miller's I don't like is this one. It's a piece of crap.
The Red Album.
It's an 80s, electric pop kind of stuff. Horrible. But the rest of it is really good stuff. And these last two are kind of like blues albums.
Yeah, he did blues.
I've only heard one off of all those.
He did.
Well, I hated that hit he had, Abracadabra. I was just like, that's horrible.
Oh, I thought it was pretty cool.
It's just 80s pop.
Abracadabra.
I'm gonna reach out and grab you.
Yeah, I mean, he was never the best lyricist.
Oh, he's a blues rock and roll guy, but his early stuff is phenomenal. Like,
Well, yeah, the earlier ones I had.
the one with Paul Ramon on it,
Oh yes.
right? Anybody know who Paul Ramon is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
New York this past week.
Let me give you a hint. It was recorded at Abbey Road Studios.
Ooh.
And he only gets credit for drumming, I think, but you can definitely hear him on vocals too
Yeah,
on that song.
Paul Ramon.
Wow. Paul Ramon may be on the Saturday Night Live show tonight too. Kimba puts all her girl singers together.
I don't think there'll be a Saturday Night Live show tonight, Doc, because it's Sunday.
I thought it was being shown tonight. Somebody correct
Well,
me.
What do you call it? Carole King and Judy Collins and Joni Mitchell. I got all those together, like in one big row of. Joni Mitchell was my favorite up until maybe 76.
I just do them all.
I'm just an Indian cowboy at the
I
rodeo.
had a buddy who used to separate them by genre and all this sort of stuff. And I thought, well, what happens when you got a crossover album? I just do it alphabetically. It's just too complicated.
I kind of do genres, but just for like lounge music and jazz is one genre, country is a genre, and rock, that's pretty, and comedy, that's pretty much it. But I have problems with like artists like Tom Jones. Tom Jones.
Yeah, where do you put him?
Could probably be in the lounge category, but I keep them in rock.
Well, yeah, but that's the problem, right? So I just do them alphabetically. I don't try to get hung up on that. I know people that do it like by decade. It's like,
well, mine's kind of mixed that way.
But if you do decade, what if your band? You'd have a Rolling Stones in like 5 different places or 6.
right.
Well, Stones has enough to be their own section.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, like Hackney Diamonds is like 6 decades over from
Yeah.
Well, I always get confused here, but my Stones are right here, so I keep all of them together. So whether it was solo or together, all the Stones are in one spot.
I like to keep my Stones all together too. Otherwise, you're tripping over them. It's just annoying.
Not the children with it. No, it feed the children.
I experimented once with taking artists that I had 5 or more albums
Children.
and putting them in one section, and all the artists that I had less than 5 in another section. But it turned out I couldn't find anybody. It was really hard to find an album by all the artists that I had 5 or less by, because it was no sections that stood out. You know what I mean? It was really easy to find all the ones that I had a ton of, but so I stopped doing that because you need those big sections as markers. And,
Yeah, all my 50s artists like Chuck Berry and Bill Haley and Buddy and all. I put all that in one area,
So this box set really threw me for a loop as to where to file it, because it's Bachman Cummings, okay, 2 solo artists, but most of the records in here are the Guess Who.
I'd put them with the Guess Who.
7 LPs, and 5 of them are the Guess Who. Well, I guess 6. Yeah, 5 of them are the Guess Who. So where do you file this, right? So I just put them under the Guess Who.
Yeah, I
Well, that's
put
what I
that
thought you would. Is then even the Cummings are the Bachman albums after because was first with the Guess Who, and then I would
Well, most
continue
of
the
the
solo.
Bachman stuff is from BTO.
Yeah, but it still put that underneath next to
Well,
like after the Guess Who, like Guess
So,
Who, then
it's
Bachman.
weird. I have some solo artists after they left the group with the group, and others I have as solo.
Depends how popular they got, I guess.
Like
Yeah,
Denny Lane is in my McCartney section,
yeah.
but
Well,
you know,
yeah.
but a lot
I
of
wouldn't put him
people.
with Moody Blues. He only did one song. I know of.
Well, I know people that put the solo Beatles stuff with the Beatles. I don't. Like I do.
Yeah, I don't do that.
Like Ringo's
But
in his own.
like I said, Denny Lane. I have a lot of solo. I have Denny
I
Lane
think the
solo,
solo Beatles are
Colin
so much.
solo, and they're all
Yeah.
I keep those together.
I got them all under Cat Stevens.
I got them all under Cat Stevens too.
I would put them under Cat Stevens.
Yoko Ono's with John.
Because even his new album.
Paul's is this wide, Ringo's is this wide, George is this wide. You keep them all separate.
Like Yusuf's new albums, actually, it also says Cat Stevens on them. So I put them with Cat Stevens.
Now, Ravi Shankar or Danny Harris, I still put those under George.
Well, Harrison, Harrison.
I put Julian Lennon on his own. I don't put him with his dad.
I put him
after his father. He almost goes there anyway. It's so close that I put Yoko under Lennon too.
I think I've only got like 2 Julian albums, but anyway.
CDs are easier to store anyway. So like I have 8 Julian, and I put him. Actually, I put Julian with the other solo kids. You know what I'm saying? I got Julian's, I got Sean's.
Okay, where's everybody keep their James McCartney CDs?
It would be with the kids. I don't have it.
I have to buy one first, you know.
If I had one, it'd go in next to like behind Harrison's kid.
I leave them with my Sean Lennon. They're still in the store.
Well, Sean's got a couple good albums with the Saber-Tooth Tiger groupie, whatever he's doing. I like that.
Well, I like this stuff he did with I forget the bass player. I forget his name. The Lennon something conspiracy.
Yeah, I've got that. It's a yellow cover.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got that one along with his same other stuff. He's got 2 solos, the Saber-Tooth Tiger, 4 of them, and then he's got 2, the one you're talking about.
I still put my Jethro Tull under J, though.
When I was posting my podcast last night on X, I saw a post from James McCartney, who's been working with Zach Starkey.
Okay.
Like, I thought Zach Starkey was better than that, but I don't know.
Well,
my tall section's 43 albums. I've got to have a whole section just for him.
Zach Starkey's basically a member of the Who, you know, like that's.
Well, he was Oasis's drummer too when they split up.
Did he ever release anything solo?
He'll probably. I'm assuming he'll be Oasis's drummer for this tour that they're doing too.
It could be because the Who aren't touring right now. So.
Yeah, but there's no such thing as a Zach Starkey album, is there?
No.
Yeah, he's always playing with somebody.
He just drums.
He played on the Who's last album. I'm pretty
drummer
sure.
For hire.
Drumming on that.
I wonder what he sings like. I wonder if he sings like his dad.
Well, his dad's the best singer in the Beatles, so you know.
At this point, you might be right.
I am.
His last album I really did like. I put it on last week once.
Who? Ringo.
Yeah, Ringo's his cowboy album there. Hey, it was better than Beyonce's.
I'm liking it. I said the other night, I said I'm not a country fan, so I'd like to hear from country fans what they think of it. But I like it. I like it. It's like you know what I like? I was thinking about what I like about it is it's just genuine. It's not putting on a front. It's just this is what Ringo does. And it's just genuine, and I think that's what I like about it.
Yeah, that was a problem with. I hated Egypt Station, and that's my problem with it. It just sounded like Paul trying too hard to be relevant
Yeah, a little contrived, right?
It just didn't work for me.
I
But
put Paul's classic.
Ringo just does what Ringo does, and
I like Egypt Station, like the 3-record version. I like the 3rd record. I think some
Well, the Frank Sinatra stuff and the other things were older songs. That's why they're good. You know.
well, again, he's just trying. Too many producers, too many,
Well, even McCartney 3 wasn't.
Ollie's question. I put Paul's classical stuff with his solo stuff, Ollie. Like that's
I put it at the end.
it's all the same.
Order him.
I put it in there. Otherwise, I wouldn't find it. I'd be looking, where's that?
Exactly.
Well, that's
So
what I hate about
yeah,
being a McCartney fan. Is I bought them all, even though I never listened to them. I bought
put in
every classic.
the Twin Freaks. That's all part of my McCartney.
That's a good album, actually. Twin Freaks.
I like Twin Freaks. That's a really good album.
I don't consider that classical.
And the Fireman stuff I put in with Paul McCartney. I don't.
Fireman's are good.
But I really like Twin Freaks. I bought it just on spec, but I thought, well, I thought, hey, this is a pretty good deal. I like
That
this.
is not easy to find, Paul.
It's not. I
No.
got it on vinyl.
No,
On
it'll
CD, it's even
cost,
harder.
on vinyl, it'll cost you a few $100 these
I
days.
think I didn't pay that. I think I paid like $75 for it. But I really like it.
Good.
No, it's a very good album.
I don't own Twin Freaks. I might have a dub of it somewhere. I don't even know.
I can send it to you, and as far as a CD, but that'd be it. I don't collect vinyl. I have maybe 100 vinyl. That's it. Got vinyl there and vinyl over there. Well, over wherever. Got 2 things of vinyl.
It's everywhere. It's everywhere.
Well, no, I got 3 or 4 up there. I got 50 in one and 25 in the other, and that's really about all I got. And whatever's hanging on the wall. I don't collect vinyl technically.
Well, while Paul is searching for something, why don't we run a commercial to take up the time, right? Yeah. We'll be right back after.
Come on, kids. If you want to grow up fast, take one of these. One puff and they'll soon be in my grasp.
Not so fast, nicotine. If you want to go up fast, take one of these. With my X-ray vision, I can see the harm cigarettes do inside people's bodies. That's why I never say yes to a cigarette.
Never say yes.
That's right. Oh, there it is. Right there.
Oh,
Double album.
Woo!
I was trying to find where I put some of my solo
But
crap.
yeah, anybody who's not heard this, you should see if you can find it online. I'm sure you can find it online somewhere. It's good. It's neat. It's really innovative. Like it's musical. Like it's not like George Harrison's electronic sounds. It's actually got some proper structure to it. Twin Freaks.
No, it's very, very good album.
Yeah, I like it.
And
I paid a lot for it because it is rare. Like you never see it. But they do some like they do Live and Let Die.
They do some McCartney stuff from McCartney, don't they?
Maybe I'm Amazed is on this.
Yeah.
Oh, Woman Oh Why is on this.
Yeah.
What's That You're Doing is on this. Yeah, there's some good stuff on it. But it's like reimagined stuff, right? It's kind of neat.
Would you say that's kind of like the album of the week?
You
Well,
tell,
What's
you
the
tell us, Paul. Doug.
Yeah, you tell me.
Well, it's Leonard Nimoy's Valentine's Day album, which has the best song down at the end.
I've never seen. I didn't know that existed. I thought he had 5 albums. Apparently, he has 6. So I've never seen that.
Doc, that's a very logical choice.
Of course.
Wow.
Yeah.
Never seen
Who's a
that
better
album.
singer, Jim Neighbors or Tiny Tim? Oh,
I'd say Jim Neighbors.
Jim Neighbors.
Claypool Lennon Emporium or something.
Claypool is the guy I was trying to think
Yeah,
of.
that's a pretty good rocking album. I mean, it's pretty heavy. And then this is the other one he's doing with his girlfriend or whatever she was at the time, or maybe she still is. It's very good though. I actually like it.
I like how he's trying to make himself look like
I
John.
can't remember. It's like the Ghost of a Saber-Toothed Tiger is the name of the group, or whatever it is that he's.
I guess he's older than his dad ever lived to be now.
Yeah, no, he's a good 5 years older than his
This is
dad.
an acoustic session one that's really good. You should like this one if you like some of his stuff. Those are good. Now, Danny Harrison has one great album, not the one he made, but this one he made with this Fistful of Mercy. This was a really good album. It's just him with some other guys, and he does a great job along with them. This is great. His solo album sucked. To me, it did. This is good, though. So look it up if you want a decent, good album.
I don't even think my record store has a slot for Danny Harrison.
Early Twin Freaks.
Well, this is under Fistful of Mercy.
I'm gonna play this later. I haven't played it in a while. I'm gonna play that.
It's not under Harrison.
See, I wouldn't have even thought of that album had I not been on this show.
Well, there you go.
Real music for real people.
Well, what do you know about that?
Get my 3D glasses out.
What's the one song, Dead Meat or something? I don't mind his albums, you know.
Well, dead meat's the best kind. Makes less noise when you try to eat
Yeah,
it.
it's easier to eat.
That was
Doesn't move around
a
much.
good album.
Jude.
Yeah, people.
I didn't hear much of that, and I didn't.
That's Julian's album, right?
pick it up. That's his last one.
That's his latest one, yeah.
Yeah.
This is the hardest one to find. This is, you can get a download of it, but this is one of the rarer. It's called Everything Changes by he did it both in acoustic and like all instrumental and regular. And this is not easy to find by Julian Lennon. This is a hard one to get in CD. Maybe not an album, I don't know, but it's
Check it out. I think I've only got his first 2 solo albums.
actually very good. I mean,
I think his Photograph Smile is his best album. That one's
it's a
great.
good album too.
That one's really good.
A Lot was pretty good. The first one. I
That's
think.
almost like a power pop album. It's way more upbeat than anything else he's ever done. It's just
Hey, for being who he is, starting where he started, right? I mean, this was good at the time,
Yeah, that's the first one, right?
right? And then this is like a greatest hits type thing from the same era.
Yeah.
And we had this one.
That's the second one.
It's not bad.
Yeah, I've got that one.
And we had this, which is
there's at least one in between there, I think.
that Mr. What's it called? My brain.
Mr. Jordan was before Photograph Smile.
I may not have them in the right order.
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Messing around.
You're out of order.
This one.
That was too. Photograph Smile was a 90s album, I think. Early
This
90s.
was like his second to last right here.
Yeah.
I have to put them back in chronological.
He just did Jude in the last couple of years, right?
Jude was the very last one.
Yeah.
But it's really
Yeah.
good. It's worth.
He did a single a few years before that. The woman in his class, Lucy, he drew the Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. She died, and he did a song for her. Put on.
Oh wow, that's neat. That's neat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was just called Lucy. He just wrote a song called Lucy.
Yeah, 'cause that was the song.
See, this is all Lennon, and then behind it would be Sean and Julian.
Look at that.
That's how I stored it. So Lennon's in front, and Sean and Julian are in the back.
All hermetically sealed.
Well, it's better than having I got this set of Lennons from Japan.
Awesome.
All of his albums, Japanese. I know you don't speak Japanese.
Sorry, I don't speak Japanese.
And then, of course, all the newer ones that came out, And then I got the solo stuff and other things like Rock and Roll, Live in New York City. That CD is still not hard to find, but it's not easy either. Acoustics. And then the 4 CD set that came out.
Yeah, Men Love Avenue. You got that?
Men Love, I don't have I do have it, but not a physical CD.
Yeah, that's become really hard to. That's easier to find on vinyl. Much easier to find on vinyl than CD.
Really?
I don't
have it on CD. I only have a copy. I have it on vinyl.
I sold mine for like $50, and that's why it's not in here.
Yeah,
Someone
yeah,
offered
no, that's a hard one to find on CD.
I got it on vinyl when it first came out. So
do
Yeah,
I really care if I have it or not? So I was more into this set because this was a hard one to find at the time, and now they're all over the place. But these Japanese complete sets,
so
very high quality, very nice covers, all mini covers. That's why I got it. So
The
you get
box
everything in
looks
there.
like it's all double fantasy.
Well, it's from beginning to the basic
Ah,
to the end, right?
Oh, you need a milk and honey in there.
They're in there.
No, I mean on the side.
Oh, yeah, maybe it didn't put that on there because that's probably not.
It's this. If it was the beginning to end, it would have been the live album Through Milk and Honey.
But have it. But we're talking about, I guess, Why He Lived is on there.
it doesn't include the 3 experimental albums. It's just his regular
No,
catalog.
we wouldn't want them. I don't think.
No.
It's. I mean, Lennon's section takes up this much room, and McCartney takes up this much room.
Well,
Like
yeah,
there's two separate things for McCartney's.
asshole killed him. That's
He
why.
didn't live. And then this is where I keep all those. I gave somebody would they give it to you, Doc, the Harrison one? I gave it to somebody because I didn't like it.
No, that was me. No.
It was a fancy cover, fancy everything, but it was lousy.
We
The
have,
Harrison,
Sort of like Gone Tropo.
well, Donnie Harrison's album was not good. It's like all
I'm
of
sorry,
these.
I like Gone Tropo. I will defend it. I think it's way better than like Extra Texture.
This is all Harrison.
Even Dark Horse.
not Harrison.
But I make my own covers. If they don't make a cover that's mini cover,
I'll make
I
one.
end up making my own.
Yeah.
All these, they don't have these out in mini CDs yet.
Mhm.
So I put the original CD, the original booklet, but made my own covers. Like you've seen them, the ones I
No one
made.
will ever know.
There's your favorite album right there.
Egypt Station.
Yeah. It does kind of remind you of it, don't it?
Does it?
Just a little bit.
But I got tired of having all these jewel cases, so I said I made my own covers because
A jewel case hater right there.
that's one of my favorite. Here's take the volume 1, right? Where's the rest?
Yeah, where's the rest?
This,
Yeah,
this-
and there's only 10 songs on that. That was my biggest beef with that.
but it is a good album.
20 songs on that.
I have to go for a minute. Sorry, guys.
Answer the phone already. Okay. Well, you know how it is when you're live. You get everything from phone calls,
Yeah.
text
Well,
messages, like
My beef with that is it came in a cover like a CD single. I mean, it just came in like this little flat, nothing to it cover, and there were 10 songs on it. And they're still charging you like $18 for it or whatever. I'm like,
because
that's
George Harrison,
That's I'm not impressed.
Well,
what?
And most of the tracks are from All Things Must Pass too. It's like there was other stuff they could have put on there.
well, there are different takes though, aren't they? Like, aren't there? some-
Yeah, no, it's all alternate, but he did more than like 7 of the 10 tracks or something like that are All Things
Well,
Must
it's
Pass.
volume 1. We're supposed to get a volume 2. I guess it didn't sell that well, so.
Well, in that skimpy little pack, it probably got lost. It probably slipped out of boxes and stuff. It was only this thin. I mean, ridiculous packaging.
Easy to lose things. Well, Oh, here come the dogs again. It's a noisy house.
Yes.
Wow.
Wait till a fire engine goes by. You'll hear them all howling. They did get going. You wouldn't believe it.
You always know when there's a fire in the neighborhood.
We live just down the street from a fire hall, so like 2-3 times a day they'll get going. It's like a chorus of wolves up here.
What's it like when your house is on fire? Do they all quiet?
Well, I've not had that experience.
Start a fire in the fireplace and see what they do. Like, oh, Nothing. Did you see that Ollie Perry got
Jeff, I thought Jeff was on his whole way home.
he must have drove off.
Going via California? How's he getting home?
I don't know.
Oh.
How much is a nugget, by the way? One nugget buys you one nugget. How does that work out?
Is that like that bubblegum that used to come in the gold sack? And
oh, okay. Lee wants a story. Oh, Paul, how did the Grateful Dead get their name?
I have no idea. Lee, tell us how. How in the world? No, I don't. I was never a Grateful Dead fan.
You mean, aren't we musicologists or something?
Yeah,
I
don't know why they changed their name, because they started out as the Warlocks.
That's right. I know that. I knew that. But
so I don't know why they changed their name
or how. Rick Beato or something.
I hope he tells us, otherwise I'm gonna lose sleep.
Right. Well, somebody wants to play the. Why aren't we playing Chrono Photo?
Oh,
you
Please.
should play that puzzle match game. You know, you get the two pictures. You got to see the three differences.
Oh,
I'm bad at those. I can always find
You
two.
said that, but when we did it, you did really well. So you know.
I can't. The third one always eludes me.
That's the way it's supposed to be.
I've got a video I saw last night, and I was blown away. Either of you guys ever watch the Penn and Teller show, Fool Us?
I have watched it. Not a lot, but I have.
They had a guy from this season. The video's called like the quickest Fool Us ever, or something like that.
Where they try to fool them with magic tricks.
Yeah, it was this Mexican guy, and it's close-up magic. So he's got Penn on one side and Teller on the other side, and he's sitting at a table, and he pulls out a deck of cards, and he gets out a knife, and he slices it open, and I sliced open the bottom, and then all the cards fall out, and then finally it's like, oh, either you have a deck of cards, do you? And they're like, no, I don't. He's like, oh, okay, well, what else can I? He's like, okay, well, I've got this knife, and he pulls a knife out of his shirt pocket, and he's like, I've got this white knife, except if you set it down, it's red. And they're looking at him, and they're going, okay, you know. And then you see a knife handle sticking out and a knife blade sticking out of his other hand. And Teller thinks he's got him, right? He points at him, and he's like, yeah, you think this would be the white knife, but you're wrong, and it's the red knife that was just over here. And he pulls his hand up, and then he comes up with a green knife at one point, and he's going, and these guys are looking at him and staring at him, and they're trying to, and at one point he gets a folded napkin, and he puts it in his hand, and he's like, okay, you'll notice the red and the green are on the bottom and the white's on the top. And then he flips it over, he two here, and then he covers them, right? And he puts the white on the top. But then he flips it over, and suddenly the green's on the top, and the other, and he keeps doing this, and they're like, and I'd never seen anything like it, because they didn't even go back and talk or anything. They just looked at each other and go, "You fooled us." It was like instant. It was like they were just so impressed. They dropped the trophy, and they didn't talk. They didn't do anything. They were just like, holy
Jeff
crap.
is looking for the link.
Oh, he wants a link. Jeff Kendall's coming. Yay.
Wow. So, yeah, if anybody gets a minute, check that out. It's just called like the fastest Fool Us
I haven't
ever.
seen that show in years. I remember that.
And they got a new host now, and Allison was better. I'm sorry, but other than that, it's still good. And but that guy just blew, because close-up magic is hard, and when you're two of the best magicians that have ever been sitting on next to you on either side, and you're doing it in front of them, and they don't get it.
Okay, what's this now? Oh, is this it?
Challenge 1.
What is this? Picture puzzle. I don't speak Japanese.
Picture puzzle.
Spot the difference. Japanese picture puzzle. I'm sorry, I don't speak Japanese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, 1 nugget is £1 or $1 or whatever is the smallest amount of money you have in your pocket.
Okay.
One nugget.
Like
That'll
a
buy
pop-
you a photograph smile.
Closer to $2 Canadian, actually.
Uh,
I think.
I put that up too soon. I needed the Jeff Kendall.
Well, I don't see any differences.
Well, you will in a minute. You will in a minute. Here comes Jeff. If it's working.
So this isn't the one I use. This is
Okay,
different.
there's a C on one end and one on the other end. There's one difference.
Oh no. That's not, come on, Jeff. Come on. Quit spinning around like this. Come on, Jeff.
You can do it, Jeff. You can do it.
Come on.
Go, Jeff.
Did Jeff wake up late too, like me? Did he not feel good this morning?
Oh, he's sitting there.
You didn't wake up late. You woke up early. No, you went to bed early.
Come on. You're holding up the show.
Holding up the show.
Well, now he's gone. He couldn't get it.
Ah.
Okay, well, just for that, we're going to play Spot the Differences. And here we go.
I hate this because I've got a little tiny screen.
Okay.
Well, I see one. I see two.
Oh, shut up.
Yeah, I don't see any yet.
Yeah, I see two.
Okay, I see one.
I got one. I don't see two.
Oh, 55 seconds left.
Oh, lots of time.
I've only got
I've
one.
got two. Yeah, I've got two.
Of that. Sometimes they're
Count the
really
kids' fingers.
trouble.
I don't speak Japanese. That's why I'm not.
Yeah, that's the problem. It's
Yeah.
Oh, this one's not easy.
No, I'm only.
I got 2 out of 3.
I only got one.
20 seconds left.
What's oh, I see two. Okay, I got two.
I don't.
Okay. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Boy, it's sudden.
Okay.
I got two of them.
Well, okay. One is
Yeah, that's the easy one. That's the easy one. That's the only one I got.
okay. The other one is the kid's sweater.
Yeah, that's the two I found.
Okay. Nobody's saying anything about a third one.
I don't know what the third one is.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna let it play, so it'll tell us. Here we go.
I think I see it. I think I just see it, but I could be wrong. I'll let you know.
Oh, I
Maybe
see it. I see it. I got it. Oh no, it was the image. Okay, I don't see it.
See, I looked at that and I didn't see any difference. I still don't see
the frame is different. It's got a deep V in it there. I see. I was looking at that.
Well, see, I'm on a little tiny screen. I couldn't even see that deep V. I'm on a little tiny screen.
Likely excuse. I got one.
I don't speak Japanese.
I got one. Here.
The cow doesn't have a head.
Oh, neither one does.
Yeah, I haven't found any. But again,
I haven't seen it yet.
I got two.
Oh no! Wait a minute! I don't have one yet. Oh,
hey!
What was that?
What else is different here? I got
40
two.
seconds already.
I got 3.
Oh shit.
Oh no, sorry, that's the same one. I'm back to 2.
I don't know what we're doing, but okay.
$15 seconds left.
I got 0 on this one. Sorry.
I can't see it.
What are we looking for? Changes?
3 different.
Differences.
Three different.
Oh, I see a spot on the cow on the far right's
You're
missing.
not supposed to say anything.
Oh, I'm
That's the
sorry.
same. Okay, no, okay. Well, you just gave me one, but
Okay, so the spot on the cow.
okay,
The teddy bear's arm. I missed the thing on the pocket on her chest.
The pocket. Oh, jeez.
I got the cow and I
came
got
in
the
late.
teddy bear's arm, but
I
I can't even see the teddy bear's arm. My screen's too small.
well, it's gone
So-
all funny with the pause. But play it again, you'll see it.
No, I'm not.
Sorry, Doc.
Next.
See, the arm is shorter.
Oh, it's
Oh,
the longer arm.
the pocket is
longer
down
arm.
there on her bib there.
That reminds
Different
me of
pocket.
when I was swimming. Oh, go ahead.
Challenge number 3.
I told you I'm no good at these.
I got.
Oh, we're not supposed to say anything. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes.
Play.
Supposed to say if you can find the 3 differences. Can you find 3 differences between the pictures?
Well, I found one.
In one picture, the guy has died.
I don't think
You're
so.
feeding me poison here. What are you trying to do?
I found 2.
I still haven't
Really?
got it yet.
I must be really lame.
Well, I didn't find any of the last one. This one I found 2.
I don't see any yet.
I'm counting the rays, the windows,
Yeah,
That's what
exactly.
you got to do. You got to do all that.
counting their fingers.
Can't see
Yeah.
it. Can't see it.
Try anything. The apple slices are spoiled.
Yeah, I guess I'm really lame on this one.
I haven't found one yet.
Either.
These are hard.
It's like the hitchhiker on the $10 bill. He got picked up already.
5 seconds left.
Well, go ahead. Let them tell me because I don't
I
see
got
any.
2. I hope they're both right. I don't know.
I couldn't
Who
find one.
said? No,
I'm
nobody's
sorry.
got any.
I didn't get it.
I got 2. Her glass is tilted the other way. The little girl's glass is tilted the other way. That's one.
Yeah.
There's a little tiny dot on top of the clock in one picture that's not in the other picture. That's 2 that I've
What
got.
clock?
I have the third
What
one.
clock?
The sun. It's not the
Oh.
clock. It's the sun.
Oh,
But there's
okay.
an extra sun ray on top of the clock on the right that's not there on the left.
No.
Counting them. I
There is?
didn't see that.
Yeah.
I think you're seeing things.
No.
That's all you got?
The
Yeah,
glass I
that's
see
easy.
now, but I didn't see that. Or the apple
Yeah,
in her hand,
The
whatever
glass
it
is
is.
one.
It's a
I think
piece
it's
of
an
apple.
apple.
It's a piece of apple in her hand.
Okay. Oh, you're wrong. No. it's
Yeah, I'm
something
wrong,
about
but
the
it's
girl.
there. I'm sorry, it's there.
No, it's
The
not.
apple.
Oh, the guy's
Or like-
shirt is different.
I think you're seeing
What
things.
the hell's wrong with his shirt? Oh,
I'm not seeing things. There's a dot right on
Oh,
top.
that one's the shirt's really tough.
oh, that was tiny.
These are too hard. These are too hard.
Yeah, the
are
fox
stupid.
puzzle.
And I'll do one. What's the difference in this picture and this picture?
I don't know. The second one's kind of hard to see because a lot of glare coming off it.
Thanks, Paul.
Good.
I was cold in the house today, man.
No, these are very subtle changes.
Yes.
Yeah, that was really subtle. When the shirt goes from this tall to this tall.
The
Yeah.
fox puzzle, you get 5 puzzles, and they're not, and they're in color, which helps. And
Yeah, well, I just went to YouTube and I just said, "Give me a puzzle thing," and that came up.
this is why Asians are smarter than us. I don't know if they're smarter
How
than
are
us.
you doing today? Oh, good, fine, thank you. Yeah.
All right.
Oh, I found one. One is Monday, the other's Tuesday. I don't know. Tim's seeing clocks in those things. I'm going like, what?
Well, I thought it was a clock on the wall. I didn't
Blast
know.
from your past.
Ah,
There's a hard one to find.
And
I wish they would make that.
Wasn't that the last album released on Apple? Weren't we?
Yes.
The Shaved Fish.
Yeah, I think they should make a 5 CD or 5 LP box set of just Ringo's first 5 albums, right? Wouldn't that be nice?
that'd be nice.
Just have a little tiny thin box set, re-release of all the original Apple albums. I like them all.
Did he do he didn't do a 50th anniversary of Ringo, did he?
No, he didn't.
No.
No, he
I like
didn't.
them all.
I thought for sure he would.
I like
I
every
really
one of these albums. There's one I don't like, but I still have it.
I got the CD for Ringo. It's got It Don't Come Easy and Back Off Boogaloo on it as bonus tracks.
And this one, I bought, made a cover for it and everything. And then I found out the CD itself is a counterfeit.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
And you couldn't tell by looking at it. They did everything proper, but when you looked at it really, really close, let me see if you can
How
see.
close is it?
I'm just saying, when you look close, you can tell it's a CDR.
Oh, ooh.
But everything else matched except for a little bit lighter. But even the real one's lighter, so it's hard to see. But then when I looked at it, you can see right through it. I don't know if you can tell that or not, but
yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
But I bought it off of Amazon thinking it was an actual real CD. It ended up being a printed copy from.
Watch. Some of that stuff comes from China. You gotta watch it.
Yeah, I mean, even had the original booklet and everything. You know.
Well,
Who's this guy?
okay. Who cares? It's not like an album you're gonna play all the time.
Well, I know, but it even had the the jewel case inserts, and
Yeah.
I was really surprised when I figured out.
Counterfeit or not, if it sounds all right, then who cares?
Yeah, it sounded fine. It's like the one you got of the Knack.
Yeah.
Beautiful album that Doc got CD. Hard to find, but it ended up being a.
Jeff is in a blackout.
No.
Well,
That was his cat's butt you were looking at.
oh, there's
He was froze. He wasn't moving.
that,
He was there, but he wasn't moving.
that was a step closer, though. That's good.
He's working on it.
I think Jeff has to feed his mice a little more protein.
I went to that concert. That's the last time I saw Ringo.
Ah,
He was doing that tour.
Vertical Man. I
Vertical
don't
Man,
think I
too.
have that album.
It's not
I
bad.
have it both ways. That came out in a jewel case
He
and
didn't reissue it, did he? Or Ringo Rama? Did he reissue those? I don't think he has yet, has he?
no.
No. But this is
All that stuff has never been on vinyl, which is a shame.
Yeah.
He keeps putting out friggin' Rotograve Viewer on vinyl, but he won't put out.
Well, maybe I'll get
got
that.
these.
Yeah, the EPs. Yeah.
Now these are Robert Pete Productions because I don't buy those. And of course we have this one.
Mm-hmm.
best album in years.
Then I keep all, not that you care, but see, because Ringo takes up so little, all this is Beatle related, like Badfinger.
Well, if you've got all the Ringo stuff on CD, that's quite a few. Like there's
Ringo has. I think this is his 21st or 22nd album. Ringo
he's
has
got quite a collection out there. Okay, there's Jeff. Is that you? Are you live, Jeff? Or
No, I think that's Jeff from about 5 minutes ago.
I have 25 Ringo CDs.
25? Yeah, that sounds about right. He's almost as prolific as Paul is, really.
7 Badfingers.
Hmm.
Couple Joey Molans. I got a new one.
Do you like that one?
You
You like that new Badfinger one? Oh, he just says yes.
Very good. A couple odd ones of unreleased. And these are some of my favorites. I love this album.
Yeah.
That album, this is my favorite by her.
Those were the days, man.
Yeah. I like it when she says Dominique.
She doesn't do that, Doc. Yeah, I have that.
And then The two James Taylor albums that are cool.
Yeah, the first one's on Apple. I always
The
thought that.
Flying Machine, and then the other one.
Yeah, I've got
I heard Flying Machine before I heard the other one.
I've got that first one on Apple. That's pretty cool.
And this is not. This group does a great job. Apple Jam.
Beatle track.
But their stuff is not cheap to get on CD.
Wasn't
They
it
have a
George-
white album. They did
Wasn't
too.
it George Harrison who signed Taylor to Apple? Was that
Yeah.
George who did that?
No, this is just a group that like does covers of
Yeah,
Beatles.
no, he's talking about who signed him. Paul wound up producing him, so I think Paul might have signed him. But
I think it was George that signed him.
Paul's
Well,
playing
whoever.
bass. I think the version of Carolina on My Mind on the Apple is way better than the one that he re-recorded for Warner Brothers.
Ravi Shankar. Ravi Shankar.
Lord Shankar. There's a lot of Shankar.
Another Shankar.
I don't have any Shankar.
I had a
I actually
Shankar
like-
once, but I got some ointment. That's
Chet Atkins does the Beatles. No,
I had a
only-
Shankar, but I had to go to the doctor for it.
This was actually a pretty good album. It's instrumentalist.
That's not a Shankar.
No, it's not a Shankar, but it's Beatle related, so it's in here. And one of my groups, a gentleman named Jeff Slate out of New York, did one. The Badger, his group is called, my brain's not working again, right? The Badge. It's called The Badge. His group is called The Badge. And he has 2 or 3 albums. This is the EP collection. And this was one of his best albums. I don't know if I can show this or not. Badge. Those are hard to find now, but Jeff Slate, he's still involved with quite a bit of the little Beatles stuff that goes on. So,
Ooh, what's that?
Taylor?
Yeah, it's his first James Taylor album. That's the Canadian Apple.
Yeah, I love that first album. When I found it in probably around 72, I got it
I
finally.
think this is an original pressing, actually.
It opens up. It's a Harmony. I got it from Harmony House here in Detroit.
Yeah.
And the import.
Table and the record comes out from the middle here.
Right.
Yeah, it's one of those.
I got to re-glue it. The glue's dried out. And,
We lost our Jeff.
When I first saw that cover, I said, "Man, that guy's tall." His legs seem
Well,
to
I think
go
that
on.
was the whole point, to show how tall he was. He's leaning up and he doesn't fit in the picture.
Yeah, that was
He's not that tall, though, is he? Like he's 6 feet? I don't know.
He's 6 something. He's more than 6 feet.
Oh, is he?
Yeah,
What?
he's a
Baron
big-
Trump's like almost 7 feet, isn't he, or something? I
He's
forget.
over. Yeah, Baron is.
8. I
He's
thought
a,
that was weird.
he's a big lad.
And I got stuff.
Well, Dad, like Donald Trump's like 6'4", apparently.
That was a good concert. If you didn't see it, a concert for George. That was good. What's his name? Prince did a good job in there.
Prince, what a Prince.
Yeah. Did Kendrick Lamar come to that?
Did what?
What is your obsession with him, Doc?
It's the only one I can remember his name. Everybody else I don't forget.
Someone said this is getting re-released as soon as they get the rights. I don't know. On record. I didn't know they didn't have the rights.
They have no right.
Bangladesh. Why is that being delayed? All too many different artists?
Probably, yeah, probably too many different artists. You know,
Not enough interest.
it's like
This has been-
it's like Rockestra. It's why Back to the Egg hasn't come out. Too
I
many
see.
artists on rock in Rockestra that it's, and a lot of them are dead. Once they're dead, it's much harder. If they're alive, it's fairly easy.
Yeah,
They
once
can
a
say
day,
yes or no.
really
But
hard
you're
to get
going
there.
through lawyers and legalities and all kinds of stuff once you've passed.
Yeah, it's really hard to get their permission once they're dead. Like,
Well, besides the obvious.
Well,
have
it
to do like
it becomes you're dealing with a company instead of a
Yeah.
person.
you gotta hire a medium to do a seance and stuff like
They
that.
want more of this then. That's the problem.
Yeah,
wants
yeah,
this.
you know.
They want their share of the nuggets.
Well, if anybody remembers when Harrison was on, God, what Dick Cavett, he just done Bangladesh, and he's like, it's been delayed. He's like, we're trying to put it out, and Apple doesn't want it. So he was in talks at that point in time with Columbia, with Dylan's label. He's like, they want it. It's the first new Dylan product in a year or two. That they so he's like, maybe it'll come out on Columbia. I don't even know, but nobody. That's why there's rights, because Apple turned it down originally.
So instead, they released
next in line Monster.
They did put it out on Apple eventually, but it took them like over a year to put that out. George wasn't happy because meanwhile he did it to raise money, and it wasn't that Apple didn't want it. Apple didn't want it as a charity album. Apple wanted to put it out and keep all the money. And George was like, no. And Columbia was willing to work with him. So.
Paul's digging through the original language.
I've got a Japanese pressing of it. I said I've got a Japanese pressing of it.
I don't know if he still has that clip. I don't understand Japanese.
Yeah, I've got a Japanese pressing of it.
I'm sorry, I don't speak Japanese.
Here you go.
There tries the charm.
Well, you know what that's. It comes. There's an Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Cool.
Yeah. So, and I have an original Canadian pressing as well, and I have the CD.
I don't even have. I think I only have an original pressing of that. I don't think I have anything else.
Well,
I don't even have it on CD.
I'd send you mine, but I only got one copy.
No, that's fine.
Fascinating.
And stuff to people.
One of the best parts of it was the Dylan side. I always thought it was one of the best parts of the concert.
Yeah.
To be honest, I haven't listened to it probably in 5 years, to be honest with you.
So,
my favorite part of that is Ringo doing It Don't Come Easy, because he supposedly wrote that song, but he doesn't even know the words.
Oh, that's a giveaway.
Yeah,
he's just singing anything, it's not good.
Doc would like the Dylan side, I'm sure. It would be a big hit.
Well, that phone call I got was I have to go make plans for our trip to Alaska. So I appreciate you having me on, letting me show some of my junk.
I know. Alaska's coming up soon.
Yeah, I got my people just called. I got to go make some arrangements and change some plane seats, evidently, because something's happening that they're going to push us to a different flight. So I got to go take care of that now otherwise I'll end up sitting on this side of the plane and my wife will end up sitting on that side of the plane or something. So I'm going to go figure that out. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
For coming.
And I'll write you from Alaska. And if I go, remember, you're all great guys.
Don't do that.
Hey, you never know. Well, remember, if something happens, though, the clock is here. You can still come get it from my daughters.
I guess I'll be on your doorstep.
Hey, there's no one's promised tomorrow, right? But in the meantime,
okay.
God willing, I'll be here next week.
Just come back.
Well, you know what you do, Robert? Just as the plane's about to crash, you jump up and it'll be okay.
Yeah.
I think I'll be doing something else.
You gotta time it just right.
Yeah.
I'll hit them all.
Exactly.
Only get one shot at it.
Like when an elevator falls, just before it hits, you jump up. You'll be fine.
I'm not making light of accidents, but you never know. So, hey, it was nice knowing y'all. And come get your clock if it happens. And anything else here you want. Hey, Paul's name's on one of these and someone else's name's on one. Well, something happens, you'll be getting mail.
There you go.
All right.
And if not, I'll be back. Bye-bye.
I'll be back. Okay.
Bye.
All right. Bye. Ah!
What a guy. Like, if he dies, I'm really worried about the stuff I'm going to get, right? It's like,
I know.
I think that's going to be the last thing on our minds.
What do you mean? Who's the new Talk More Talk host? How do I know?
Yeah, I would know just as well.
I didn't know there was.
Teddy Bear's arm is longer on the left side.
Yeah, we figured that out.
people are late. Gee. Oh,
Boy.
God. Ah. This show was a total wreck.
And did you notice the cow? I didn't have a spot.
I noticed it after you said.
Yeah, I did too. I didn't.
The pocket was the one I missed on that one. The pouch in the front of her overall.
No, he didn't stop doing that show. They're coming back on Monday, I think.
See, you do know about it.
No, I don't know who the new host is.
You're holding back on us.
And they're covering the brand new Ringo album.
Yes.
Are they really?
I can't wait to hear what somebody thinks about it.
Really? I thought they were going to play Spot the Differences.
I can imagine.
We do the worst things here, so you don't have to. What? No, I have not. I don't
think a cat was screwing with them there. That's what that sounds like.
I don't think that's true. No. Well, we'll find out. I don't know.
Yeah.
Tom doesn't speak to me. I don't
know. So Jeff hasn't tried to.
No, he gave up. Star Trekker just saw a recent video of Neil Sedaka. He's almost as good as Frankie Valli. I'm sure Brad's watched it.
Yeah, I've been getting a lot of those Frankie Valli ones. And it's just like, how can they put him out on stage? It's like,
because it's money.
Well, it's the hangers on, right? He does. It's all these people sucking the life out of the guy. You know, it's like clearly, like that's sort of a dementia thing when they just sort of freeze and they stare and their eyes go all big, and he's clearly not well.
Yeah, I know that they've got this like what do you call it, like the super marionation on the mouth thing. Yeah,
Well,
he's really singing. Yeah, he really is. You know?
Yeah, but it's so obviously lip syncing that it's just I don't know.
He's a puppet. They really.
Yeah, he just doesn't. He gets out there and he just freezes, just like. You know, it's literally like that. It's like.
Don't cry.
Like he zones out. Like he's like, "What am I doing here?" You know. Anyway.
And then they wheel him back out. And then the other seasons check their pockets. Yeah, we got good pockets. And Valley, just take him back out to the mortuary.
Well, he's not even with the 4 seasons. He's just on his own. But
pretty sad.
Yeah, I don't know why people allow that to happen. It's like, anyway.
It's all for the money.
Well, Sedaka's gone the same way, has he?
That's too bad.
It's sort of like the last Beach Boys clip I heard. Like Brian Wilson's just sitting behind the keyboard, not even moving. Like he's just sitting.
He did a whole tour like that.
Yeah. It's
like Brian Wilson. He comes out and sits behind the keyboard, doesn't play a note, doesn't open his mouth to sing.
He just sits there. He just sits there. That's it. That's his.
And other people perform, and then they're like, "Oh, Brian was so good," and he just sat there.
He didn't fall asleep. That's how good he was.
Yeah.
Like, honestly,
it's just, I don't get it.
It's tragic.
As long as they're still breathing, they'll wheel him out.
Well, I don't know if they are though. Like they're just sitting there. It could be a corpse for all I know.
Like, bring out Tom Jones. He's still breathing.
Yeah.
Sedaka is better, but he can't hit the notes on Laughter in the Rain anymore. Well, Paul McCartney can't hit the notes on several songs. At least he's walking under his own power anyway. Gee.
It's like Elton John can't sing anymore either.
No, he had voice surgery in like sometime in the mid 80s or something, and it changed his voice unalterably.
He had it more recently than that again, and it's just like
but
like I watched him. He barks. He literally go.
But you listen to early Elton, and then you listen to Elton in the 80s, and it's a different voice, and because they have voice surgery.
No, he's actually got bad blood. Yeah.
But Elton has a new album out. Yay. We're so excited. He's another one. He's like McCartney. He did it with somebody, some new, star duet album. And it's like, why Elton? Just
thing
go.
With Elton, he like I was listening to Levon. They played Levon on the radio in the car today, and I just thought, what a guy was brilliant back then. And it's just such a unique sound and everything. But then he went commercial and lost it, But
and then Philadelphia Freedom.
Elton was pretty damn impressive when he was, on top of his game. He was pretty incredible.
Well, he gave up his band for a while, and that's what happens. That happens to a lot of people when they decide, I'm going to try doing this without you guys, and then that's Billy Joel did the same thing. Billy Joel gave up his band and put out Stormfront, and it's just.
Band. My favorite is Madman Across the Water. I just think there's nothing else that sounds like that. And the production, the Gus Dudgeon, who produced that, it was just amazing what he did with that album. It's a really standalone album. If that's the only thing Elton ever did, it's still a brilliant album. It really is. I don't think he ever captured that feeling again.
I actually think, and this is not to say it's not fine as a 2-record set, but if Goodbye Yellow Brick Road was a 1-disc album, it may be the best album ever made. If you distilled that down to just the amazing songs on it,
I don't know. I'd find hard pressed to get it down to 1, but maybe 3 sides.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying if it was 1 album, it would be maybe the best album ever made. I mean, I
don't know what I'd take off, but
I don't think Elton has a disco album.
Yeah, he got a little.
Yeah, no, he has a disco album. He covered Johnny Be Good on his disco album. Well, you want to hear horrible?
He did that EP with the Tom Bell Sessions. It was called. It was an EP, which was disco.
No, Chet hasn't started at all.
That got released as a full album on Record Store Day a few years ago.
Yeah, I saw that this past summer. I was going to buy it, and I just thought, I don't know if I want to hear that.
Yeah, I didn't like that stuff.
I've got the EP. I thought I almost bought the album, but I thought, I really don't like the EP. So what do I need the album for?
Yeah.
So I figured, the EP is good enough. I'll stick with that.
Mm-hmm.
But that early stuff, Record Store Day album was fantastic.
Yeah, the first one he did that he never released, I thought it was really good.
Yeah, that was a really good album.
Fantastic. I thought, boy, I don't know why he didn't release it. Because it's better than some of the stuff he released later.
I doubted he didn't release it. It was probably some record company.
Well, yeah, I don't know. But, I mean, it's better than some of the stuff they did release. So, it's a better album than Empty Sky, in my opinion. And they released that. So, I don't know.
Or Blue Moves.
Well, Empty Sky didn't get released in America till later.
Yeah, that was like 76. It came out.
Yeah.
There's a lot of later Elton John albums in the thrift store. So they must not be very good because people aren't keeping them.
Not in my thrift store. I don't think I've ever seen an Elton John album in my
ever.
Ooh,
wow. No, I always see the one.
I started losing interest after Blue Moves. There was some Blue Moves could have been a single
Made in England.
But after that, I just kind of started losing interest in them. It's you're getting a little too, I don't know what it was. But
People are buying
stuff, but he wasn't putting together. He did a song called Ego that was fantastic. And it wasn't a big hit. It was a hit. It probably hit the top 40, but it wasn't a big hit. But it was in between Blue Moves and the album with Part-Time Love on it. It was a single man. And fantastic. It was all about he had decided to get rid of the frills and all of that. And he started wearing jeans and a flannel shirt to play live and just his glasses. And and that's what it was about. It was about his ego, and he was through with all of that stuff. And he was for a little while, and then he went back to it. But great song, but it never wound up on an album or anything. And it's like, should have put it on the Single Man album just as an extra track.
The Frogs Institute, they're good albums. Don't get me wrong, but it's not what he had done. It wasn't near as good as the stuff he did earlier.
Yeah, like even Jump Up is a decent album, but it's a decent pop album. It's
he went too pop. I think
it's not a decent, you know.
I think he got too far from his blues roots and started getting too commercial, and that's kind of when I started losing interest in him, honestly. But
go to your local thrift store. You probably had a lot of these things.
That's just me.
Yeah, I saw him on the Jump Up tour, and he actually was still getting emotional when he did Empty Garden live at that point in time, because it had only been a year or two, and he was still, you know, and he told the story of how it got written, and, you know, which was interesting because I don't know if you guys know the story, but him and Bernie Taupin hadn't worked together for a long time. They had separated, and that's one of the reasons Elton got bad, is he didn't have Bernie Taupin with him anymore.
Yeah, part of it.
And the day after Lennon was killed, there's a knock on Elton's door, and he opens it up, and it's Bernie Taupin, and he's got Empty Garden 100% done. He just needs a tune. And he handed it to Elton, and Elton read it and just went, "Oh my God," and sat down and played it immediately. He's like in 5 minutes, the song had a tune and the words, and it was done. And, you know, it was like, and that's what brought Elton and Bernie back together. It was John Lennon dying.
It was about time, because Sesame Street was just not the same without them.
You're thinking of Bert and Ernie.
Oh, Bert and Ernie. Oh. My mistake. My bad.
Well, Bernie Taupin worked with Alice Cooper on From the Inside. That was about the same time, right? Where he split from Elton John. So he worked with Alice Cooper on From the Inside, that album about Alice's first attempt to get sober. And it was I always liked From the Inside. There's some good stuff on there.
Alice rarely disappoints.
Well, he had some turkeys there, but yeah.
I don't know, his new one sounds pretty darn good, though. But it's
expensive. What was it called? Road? Is that the one you mean?
Yeah.
I liked Road. I thought it was pretty good.
I heard a lot from Road, but then when I go to find it in the record store, it's like, oh, jeez. Yikes. Hello, DJ Trish. Hello. Nice to meet you. Hello. Nice. Thank you for coming. Yes. Okay, yeah, we got this dissertation on Elton John.
Elephant John, my wife calls him.
Elephant John. Well,
Elephant John.
Years. Yeah. And don't forget to run out and buy something if you can find it. Mine's half gone.
Yeah, go buy something.
Go buy something. Yeah.
So this is my favorite Elton. Now this is a box set anniversary. This is
look at that.
Yeah, it's just great. There's nothing else that sounds like this. It's just a totally standalone piece. Anyway,
that's a lot of Elton.
A lot of Elton. Well, this one's got like CDs and vinyl in it. I think.
How do you have a box set that big for an album with 8 tracks on it?
Well, it's got some demos and alternate versions.
It does make you wonder, eh? You know,
there's only 8 songs on it.
Stuff, you know, stuff, you know, and pictures you haven't seen before. There's probably a big book in there or something.
Yeah, there's 9 tracks in total, but
Oh, is there 9? I was thinking there was 8. Maybe one must have 5.
4 and 5.
Mm.
Yeah, I like every track on this album. And it's funny because when I first got it, I didn't like it. I was just
I didn't either, except for the singles. I liked
pretty
the
but at the same, I was into other things. And then it was a few years later, I decided to put it on. I just thought, holy crap, this is some great music. So my taste had when I got this album, I couldn't have been. I think I might have been like 13 or 14 years old. Like my brother gave it to me, and it's just not what I was into at that time, But I'd say a couple of years later, by the time I got like halfway through high school, I started playing it. I was like, holy crap, this is great stuff. So
will they be remaking that album for today's sensibilities?
you mean remixing it? Probably.
They ought to. Like, it's time for Madman Across the Water again.
No.
Well, this was 71, I think it was put out. Yeah.
They could do one for 2025 just as well.
I think the singles were in early 72 is when they hit their
Tiny Dancer was the big single from this.
Yeah, and Levon got some airplay, mostly on FM, but it was a single. It just didn't do that well.
Yeah, Tiny Dancer was the big hit from it.
Yeah.
I think it's on his greatest hits, isn't it? Tiny Dancer.
Yeah, and Levon is on Greatest Hits 2, I think.
Yeah. Anyway, he was good back then, man. That guy could really put some stuff.
But a lot of it is Bernie's lyrics, though. I mean, Bernie's lyrics are so good. I mean, Levon is some of my favorite Elton lyrics. But
I was listening to the lyrics today, and it's just it's a story, right? He's telling a story.
Yeah, all of his songs are stories, but I mean, it's just so, he called his child Jesus because he liked the name, nothing about God, nothing, he liked it's great lyrics,
Yeah. He takes him to the finest schools in town.
Yeah.
Takes him out to Dairy Queen. Okay.
He blows up cartoon balloons all day.
Yeah.
Anyway, Alvin
Matthew Street likes Goodbye Yellow.
Oh, be quiet.
It's a noisy house. Gee. Wow.
Yeah, but good. I mean, if they did that back then, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road could have conceivably had at least 5 top 40 singles on it, but 3 was the max they would ever release from an album.
Yeah, because there was like Benny and the Jets. They could have left that off, in my opinion.
Benny and the Jets, Saturday Night's All Right for Fighting, and Goodbye Yellow Brick Road were the 3 singles. But Harmony could have been a single.
Yeah.
And The Candle in the Wind could have been a single.
My favorite Elton John song is I've seen that movie too. I just love the bluesy feel to that, but it's too long for a single. Like it's close to 6 minutes long or something. But it would have made a good single, but it's just too long. But I think it's a fabulous. I love that song.
If somehow they could have edited it down, I think For a Friend, Love Lies Bleeding is one of the best things out there.
Well, it's a great opening for an album.
It's just too long. You could never put it out.
As an opening, it's actually 2 tracks, but as an opening, as combo, it's
Gray Seal could have been a single too.
Yeah.
But that was his second. That was his second go at that, though. He'd already recorded Gray Seal.
The other one I love from that album is All the Young Girls Love Alice. That song rocks. Oh my God, it goes. It's amazing. That could have been a single.
But they didn't do that then. They put out, 3 was a lot of singles for one.
Well, and he was recording, like he was really prolific. Like it wasn't that long before he came out with Caribou, right? he did Yellow Brick Road, and the very next year, Caribou was out, with the bitches back and so on. So I mean, he was just popping them out like you wouldn't believe.
Well, that's what you did back then. I mean,
Yeah.
2 albums a year was a minimum that they wanted from most artists.
That's why he formed a coke habit. Just all that pressure. My goodness.
I mean, that's what happened to Brian Wilson. That's why it went nuts. His Capitol contract called for 3 albums and 2 non-album singles every year.
I need a sandbox now.
That's 40 new songs every year.
I can't handle that.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. That's a hot tamale.
That's it. I'm staying in bed.
And touring. He had a tour too. That was in his contract too.
Meatball.
Which is why after a year or 2 on the road, he started staying at the studio and working while the band went out on the road without him, because there's no way he could tour and do all of that at the same time. It was impossible.
Murray Wilson would have chained him to the piano or something.
Just gotta make these, for you people tuned in out there, this is like, you're getting the meat here. Like, this is unbelievable. You're not going to get this on other live streams. I'm sorry.
No.
I'm sorry. You're just not.
And you always come late. Where were you 3 hours ago? The show's almost over.
Where was I 3 hours ago?
Where's Jeff Kendall? He can't even get on.
No.
Yeah, we haven't even got our A team here, and we're doing great.
Yeah. But we're looking at this like, oh no, the show is basically over. Oh no. Oh well.
We should start charging for this.
Yeah, kind of like Netflix or something like that. Find us on Paramount Plus or something like that. Go subscribe.
You really want to drive viewers away? Start charging for it.
You don't get this kind of informational stuff.
Only for Patreon.
Yeah. Buy us a copy, something like that. Whatever. Well, but we do have to go. Oh,
bird.
Yeah, I know. So like, you apparently like this kind of stuff, but you always come too late. So like, come sooner.
Wait till you see what we got planned for you next week, guys.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what we have planned.
Yeah. Spoiler, we got nothing planned. Okay.
Yeah. Or old guys talking. Yeah. So like, come back on Thursday. We'll do this again on Thursday, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, for another 2 hours of old men talking. And
jocularity.
You like it is never know. Yeah. So like, there's more of this. Come back on Thursday. There'll be another show, and we'll see you all then. Okay. So good night, everyone.